Ready?
Take our shots.
A damn ginger shot before a podcast.
Yeah, I took his already.
It's a hell of an idea.
Hey, also, we supposed to do it together, bro. Gosh damn. Hey, we ready? We ready, bro?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
We're doing this together? Oh, y'all
Yeah, it's all good.
Pod.
Yeah.
We're going now.
Yeah, we on.
We're live. Okay.
Yeah. Welcome to another episode of TalkNTaste. You're supposed to be
My bad.
toasting.
We gonna
Cheers,
toast
bro.
I got you. I crushed it. Thank you for the free shot.
Show.
This was really
It's
good.
an awesome podcast today. Who we got today, TJ?
Austin Rivers, man. Orlando legend, Florida legend. Happy to have you here, bro.
Appreciate you guys having me, man. Thank you.
Thanks for pulling up, man. So,
Had to do it for the boys.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Been playing some good pickup lately.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I felt it was only right. Bass low key, you might be able to make a comeback, bro.
I think I could.
I didn't realize how good a shape you were in until we started playing, man. I've been really impressed just by how this dude moves, shoots the ball still.
Hey,
You still got it.
let him know, man. Let him know.
For real, you look good, though.
Let him know I got some more in me, bro.
100%.
You do too.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to stay active. You know, it's you never know. You know what I mean? I'm only 1 year removed, so it's just like it's not a matter if I want it or not. It's a matter of what steps I'm willing to take to really get into it. You know what I mean?
And to play a few more years, right?
Yeah.
Roles change.
Yep.
Situations change.
Yep. You got to have an understanding of who you are. You know what I mean? That's always the case in the NBA. You got to understand who you are. So, but yeah, more now than ever. Especially when you're on your way out. When you start to get above that 30 mark. It's after that. Every year in the NBA is like icing on the cake at that point. Take what you can get, but been having fun doing other things, doing stuff like this, podcasts and whatnot.
Yeah, I think that's important to know who you are, man.
Yeah.
Because if you know who you are, you can, you can work towards where you want to go as well. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I've been thinking about mentoring kids, and I feel like a lot of kids don't kind of know who they are. Everybody want to be the same person. You know what I mean? Maybe be the guy who lead their team in scoring, had a hot mixtape.
Yeah.
Wasn't you the first with the mixtape, man?
No, I wasn't the first. I think I was just, I think my era was at the pinnacle of that mixtape era. You know what I'm saying? The guys who really started the mixtapes was like O.J. Mayo, Derrick Rose, Eric Gordon, Brandon Jennings. Those were some of the first heavy mixtapes. And then I think at the peak of when that time period where kids were on YouTube heavy, well, I guess it's now more than ever, but in terms of mixtapes, it was my time. It was John Wall, myself, we were all that same era. That's when that mixtape culture. Akil Carr is another guy, DC kid. Yeah, it was or Baltimore. You gotta be careful. You can't get those two confused.
Right.
No disrespect. So yeah, it was fun, man. But you know what? I try to tell people that mixtape came about organically, and there's a difference in today's society where now mixtapes are put together by payment or by submission of parents or by submission of coaches. I didn't ask Hoop Mixtape to come watch me. They watched players who had already put the work in. Those clips were my highlights. But I averaged 30 points a game. Only 2 plays a game were a highlight. The other was all fundamentals. And that's the part where kids miss that. They see mixtapes and think that's basketball.
Yeah.
That's just clips you put together of some of my best work in terms of flashy plays. But
That's a fact.
that's not what got me to Duke, you know what I mean? Or to the NBA for that matter. So that's something I try to preach to my kids. Something that needs to be taught, I feel, a lot more. It's just, like you said, understanding who you are, understanding what coaches want, what scouts want. If you're going to be a pro, what type of pro do you want to be? How are you going to be able to fit in? How are you going to be able to mesh, stand out at the same time? All those little things. So, yeah, it's very important.
Yeah, because we're in the era of kids, going into the transfer portal.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it's because of lack of understanding, who they are and, who they are today.
Yeah.
Not who they going to end up being,
Yeah.
but who you are today. Right. So I think it's important just to, mentor kids just to let them know because the higher the level you go playing basketball, some humbling, comes along. You know what I'm
absolutely.
saying?
Part of growth, right? Yeah. Very
because
true.
you was the number one player coming in high school, right?
Yep.
Was that a goal of yours to be the number one in your class?
It wasn't until I was like ranked third, and then at that point I'm like, who are these two? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that. Then it became competitive. I never was even. It happened so fast. I went from being like sixth, seventh grade. That's when I really started to become like one of the better players in my class. But my pops used to always remind me like, yo, no one cares about a good sixth grader. So like, just take it easy. You know what I mean? He used to always remind me like I hadn't done nothing yet. So that always stayed with me. And then we got to high school and it just happened. Like now suddenly you being a top ranked player is like a big deal. And I started seeing it in my games. My AU games be sold out, my high school games be sold out. Like people just want to see you play. And then when the mixtape stuff started going, that was like crazy. So it just happened. But I tried not to like feed into that stuff. I wanted to be an NBA player so bad. I really did not care about being the top player, dog. Like me being the number one player in the country was cool, but like I swear I never went around talking about like, I'm the number one. Like it did not matter, bro.
Yeah. Who was the top 5 in that class that year? Remember?
Me, Anthony Davis, Brad Beal, Michael Gilchrist, and I want to say 5 was.
Hell of a class, ain't it?
Huh?
Yeah.
That's a hell of a class.
Yeah, we had a good class, and we had some hoopers, dog. Yeah, like Deion Waiters.
You think that
Deion Waiters class ahead.
You think that you wanted to be in the NBA so bad was because your dad was coaching and you were so close to it?
I just saw like what it was. Like I grew up privileged, you know what I mean? So I'm like, man, I want to live like this the rest of my life. I want to have this for my kids. And then I fell in love with the game, you know what I mean? So it became competitive at that point. I had a chip on the my shoulder just due to growing up, people knowing me as Doc's kid, not Austin. I had no name, you know what I mean? I didn't have a name until I was like 13 years old, you know what I mean? Growing up, everybody say, that's Doc's kid, that's Doc's kid. I'm like, God damn, bro. At some point, you got to start getting competitive and wanting stuff for yourself, you know what I mean? So that's a big thing for me, you know what I mean, is having my identity. That was one of the big chips on my shoulder growing up, really pushed me.
That's cool, because we all have something that motivates us or inspires us to be better.
Yeah.
And being that you was privileged, you found that.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times people, they look down on kids who privileged or.
It's really fucked up, bro.
Yeah.
It's so weird. It's like, why the hell would I not want it this way?
Right.
We should be imploring more parents to do well so their kids do grow up better. I grew up well, bro. You know what I mean?
Right.
And when I say it's so funny, man. The biggest spoiled thing I had was I had 2 parents that loved me, bro. You know what I mean?
Right.
At the end of the day, I had 2 parents that put in time and energy into me, bro. Like even though I grew up with anything a kid could have wanted, you had like a nice house, all these things, like the way my mom and dad like raised me, there's a reason why I was able to have work ethic and all my brothers and sisters, you know what I mean? Like my dad, you know him, you don't play that, you know what I mean? So you had to like do stuff in our house, you had to understand, where we came from and where we did it, appreciate, faith, all these different things that were like preached in us early on. That was the biggest thing I had, biggest privilege I had for sure.
Yeah, I one of my friends is a college coach, and we always have a conversation about players he want to recruit for college, right? And he always talk about he want players that's tough, and usually those players come from the hood, right?
Yeah.
And I be trying to explain to him like it's kind of 2 types of toughness, because to me when you come from the neighborhood, like, cause that's where I come from, it's like you tough, but you also could be soft.
Yeah.
And just on the other side too, like when you come from privilege, you can be tough but soft.
Yep.
But I feel like the older you get, the more you gotta be mentally tough, man.
Yeah.
And I feel like when you got 2 parents in the household and you grow up a certain way, like mentally, you be sharp, man.
Yeah, and that's like that's a great point.
You feel me?
That's the true identity of toughness, though.
Yeah.
Is being mentally sharp.
Yeah.
And understanding how to withstand adversity and all these different things, man. Like that always used to blow me when I would hear that. Kids talking about, where I'm from versus where they're from. I'm like, brother, that don't mean not a goddamn thing.
Right.
And you have a chip too, because you got to prove to them.
Yeah, 100%. I always felt that. It was awkward going places because I was the only one. You know what I mean? No one else could relate to what I was going through. You know what I mean? Even in the NBA, I looked around. There's not another player whose dad a head coach. I was the only one who ever had to deal with this. I had to deal with this my entire life, even in my career. I had to go in the locker room, and you gotta understand, most dudes have your background.
Right.
You know, I come in there, but like, you know, it's just different. You know what I mean? So I've always had to like move a certain way. The culture's fucked up in that way, you know, where we like make fun of kids coming from good backgrounds. Like, I don't know why that's funny. Right. You know what I mean? Like, it's just always been weird to me. It's only our culture who does it. So it's frustrating in that regard. You know, Jewish kids don't get made fun of for being rich, right? It's just not. It's not. You know what I mean? It's appreciated in that culture. So it is fucked up. But I'm glad I had it because it made me who I am, and I probably needed it. I think it's God's way of, you know, me having my own adversities. You know what I mean? Because the other ones that most kids had, I didn't have. So it all evens out. You know?
Yeah, it's definitely how you look at it too. Because like, I feel like I be blessed. I'm blessed to be able to look at have different perspectives and understand them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can understand you, and I understand myself on how I came
exactly.
up.
You got both.
You feel me?
Your kid and you.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
I understand, and I just understand toughness, and toughness is more mental than physical, man. You know.
That's a good point.
When it comes to taste, though, what's your style when it comes to taste?
Like fashion?
Fashion, yeah.
Man, I always try to, like, you know, obviously this is more casual, but like it's obviously evolving, you know what I mean? I try not to follow trends, but trends usually set the tone, and then I take from that and then do my own thing with it, you know what I mean? I don't ever want to dress like somebody, but I can see that something somebody wears, I'm like, I want to try that, but I'm gonna do my own take with it. You know, I don't just think like 6 years ago we were wearing skinny jeans, and like I would never wear skinny jeans right now, you know what I mean? So it's times change, you know what I mean? So you got to evolve. Neutral colored guy. I'm not really a bright, you know, colored guy. I'm not heavy on the, you know, obviously we wear designer stuff, but I like it to be subtle. Like, I don't want like a shirt that has a million G's on it, you know what I mean? I'd rather be a shirt that no one even knows is, you know, whatever. So very subtle in that regard, man. But I like oversized stuff. When I dress, a lot of it's oversized. A lot of people dress like that now. Just different brands, different colors. Shit, I don't know. You know, it's cool. Hard to like describe someone's fashion, but you know what I mean. Right. Yeah. I'm about to try hard.
You in tune.
I try to be. I think so. I think a lot of people like the way I dress. You know what I mean? Shit. It was like league fits. I was like all team league fits like 4 or 5 years straight. You know, that's a good something like that. 2-3 years straight. We was running that for a while. I'm not too hip to it now, but I don't know. I think people like the way I dress.
Sure. Yo, I remember like I could just see like right now picture how fashion just evolved, bro. You know what I'm saying? From like, you know, when the dress code was first in place and guys was wearing these big baggy walkers, you know what I'm talking about? Like, you know, LeBron and like that 03 draft suit.
Yeah.
Big
Like
old
the way
ass
that.
suits, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Crazy.
I remember, I remember when I was a rookie, this stylist used to be around our team. And I used to wear red monkeys at the time.
Red monkeys.
So,
God,
so
bro.
look, just like, you know how just like the clothes are baggy now?
Yeah.
It was baggy then.
Yeah.
So it's like it came full circle.
It always will.
Yeah.
The tight stuff will eventually come back too. I don't know when, but everything just continues to evolve, right? Yeah. Oversized stuff is
back.
We definitely
it's
on some like 03 vibes.
Right. So look, when she used to see me, she used to be like, why you got on so much fabric? Because she thought I need to taper my pants in, you know? So over the years, I started tapering my clothes down.
Yeah.
And now the red monkeys would be cool.
Yeah, they would be cool.
You know?
I saw someone wearing them the other day. Travis Scott had them on or something like that.
Really?
Yeah, he like brought them back. That's all it takes is for someone to wear it. You know, you know how that goes. But
yeah.
That's interesting, man.
TJ, what's up, man?
Chilling, bro. Vibing.
You got something awesome?
Not really. No, I'm just vibing. I got my questions. I got my questions that I want to ask, but yeah, no, I'm chilling.
What's your taste when it comes to cars?
Man, I like everything. I like anything with a motor in it. I like hot rods, tuners. I like obviously exotics, foreign cars, old schools, classic old schools, foreign old schools. I like everything, bro. You know what I mean?
I know you're a big car guy though.
Yeah, I'm a huge. Yeah, I've been a petrol head since I was like, I don't even know, like 12, 13. I got really into it when I started playing video games. I don't game anymore, but I used to game, and it was all like racing games, Gran Turismo. Also Need for Speed, stuff like that more so, actually. And then I started watching, like, you remember Unique Whips? You remember the TV show? Will Castro used to customize all the celebrities' cars.
Nah, man.
Like Pimp My Ride and all those different things.
I know Pimp My Ride.
I used to watch those, and all the Fast and Furious saga was, probably one of my favorite movies. I just got into cars, man. I ain't never looked back, bro. I love them all.
If you could have 2 cars in your garage, your 2 cars forever, what cars would they be?
Well, one would have to be a daily.
What's that daily?
Because you can't drive an exotic car every day. You'd lose your mind.
Right.
So I'd probably have, like, I don't know. If it's a daily, I'd go like a Range Rover. You know what I mean? Just does the job. Really nice car. You go a G-Wagon, something like that, a Cullinan. One of those. I picked those 3. I'm not a big fan of the Urus.
And then something, would you?
My second car would be the LaFerrari Spider.
Spider?
Yeah, the coupe. It was like $6.5 million though.
God damn.
Yeah, they're heavy.
That's a motherfucking car there.
But no, that shit is, bro, it's like you see that car in person, bro, it shuts the whole, it's the baddest car ever made, man. I've seen a couple in real life, and the presence of one of them is just different, bro. Yeah, it's really cool.
What about you, TJ?
What? As
2
far
cars.
as 2 cars?
Forever.
Great car.
Forever. I want me a box Chevy.
He said a box. Okay.
A box Chevy.
That can't be every day. That motherfucker gonna be too hot.
No. That'll be like when I'm going on the weekends, wherever I'm going on the weekends.
Right.
And then everyday car, I'll say I probably arrange too, like, cause my family can fit in there, wife and kids. Range
is the most practical of them all. Yeah. Wagon's a little bit more swaggier, but it's not practical.
It's
It's tight in there, it's tight space.
Right.
I got kids and stuff, it's already hard. I'm already thinking about making that new Range came out. My wife has one, and every time I drive it, I'm like, man, I want this car. I'm like, this shit is way more comfortable. We got the kids in the bag. I'm like, I might grab this one. So, yeah, we'll see.
So,
But what I did want to ask you though, talked about you being a top player in high school, right? Top player in high school, one of the best players in college basketball. When you got to the league, how tough was it to adjust? Because, like we talked about at the beginning of the podcast, it's about adjustments and having to change like who you were. How tough was it?
It was really hard. I mean, it almost cost me my career. I almost didn't make that transition. You know what I mean? I was about a year or 2 away from maybe the NBA fizzing me out if I didn't get a grip on how I was going to make an impact in the NBA. You go from being the guy who's calling for the ball to being the guy who has to wait for the ball. Those are 2 different things. You go from a guy who scores in high volume. I was getting 15, 20 shots in college, 15, 20 shots in high school game, to being a guy that gets 5, 6 shots a game. Went from being a guy who's an offensive player to being I'm on the floor mainly also to play defense. My whole game had to change. People don't understand, like, it's so funny, you'll go on like Twitter or Instagram, you'll get comments of people like, man, you average 7 points. Like, man, that's 7 points made me a lot of money, bro.
Right.
Somebody has to do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
And you know what I mean? And if I was an idiot trying to chase averaging 20 points per game, my ass would be overseas, bro.
Yep.
Right.
That's a fact.
So, you know what I mean? They would have took me out. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm just saying, for me, I wanted to play in the NBA.
Right.
My dad played in the NBA. We were an NBA family. I wanted to play in the damn NBA.
Right.
You know what I mean? That was my mission. You know what I'm saying?
Who preached that to you that you needed to, who helped you make that transition to say, okay, you got to be a defender. You got to do this, that, and the third. Or did you just figure it out?
I just figured it out, bro.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I had too many people try and help me, and I wasn't hearing it. I was a top 10 pick in the draft.
Right.
You know what I mean? I led Duke in scoring, and I was the ACC Freshman Player of the Year. Before that, I was the #1 player in high school.
Right.
So at that time, bro, nobody's telling you
shit.
nothing.
Right.
You know, in terms of I wanted to listen to get better, but it was to get better to be the guy.
Right.
You know what I mean? It wasn't to be a role player.
Mm-hmm.
So when I got drafted, I had a coach that wasn't really giving me that. You know what I mean? I didn't get freedom. He didn't give me no bump. I got drafted to a bad situation.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I got nothing against Monty Williams. He's a good coach, but sometimes everything's fit, situational. And life for everyone, whether it's business, basketball, life is all situational, bro. Mm-hmm. And I got drafted to not the best situation. And then that put me behind, and I had to figure it out, dog. Otherwise, the NBA is just going to be like, next.
Right.
You know what I mean? They got a new draft pick every year.
Exactly.
So I'm just I had to figure it out. And I got to play with Drew Holiday, bro, and guys like that. And I was like, man, I got to learn how to play this defense at the right level. You know what I mean? And if I can hit a three-pointer and play D, I could play for another 10, 11 years.
Yeah.
Did you realize how nice other pros were, though?
Absolutely. When I started playing with them, it's a culture shock.
Yeah,
it's the first time you go in your life and, like, you can't just turn the switch on and be better than everybody.
Yeah.
Like, you turning the switch on, but someone switches. This dude's still better than you, bro. You're like,
right.
what am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
I wasn't used to that, and I wasn't used to the physicality of the game. These guys were strong, man. You know what I mean? I'm going against. It's a different NBA than it was now. I was like at the turning point. You know, I came in 2011, bro. Like, I'm going against like Andre Miller and like, I mean, these dudes fucking strong, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
What about the IQ of the game?
Tony Parker, bro. You said what?
What about the IQ of the game?
That was a whole different level too.
It was crazy.
You're like
bro.
learning how to,
Yeah,
playing professionally overseas, bro.
Yeah.
Like you have to pick that shit up. Even overseas, probably harder.
It's
Because that
way
game style
harder,
is
bro.
different than ours. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? The NBA in some regards is a lot easier if you have the talent. Because the NBA is based on talent, bro. If you're talented, you got room to operate.
Right.
Overseas, that 3 seconds, all the rules over there, like that shit changes the way the game's played.
Right.
That's why in Olympics we vulnerable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No matter who we got on the floor.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, no, you have to make that change, bro. And that's where it's just like, knowing your role could save your life.
Man.
Yeah. So I was like,
That's the thing,
Yeah,
right?
see-
That's the thing.
Yeah, we definitely situations like, because you being a top 10 pick, if you'd have went to a situation maybe on a bad team where they would have just been like, gave you the keys to the organization, and it probably would have changed. You probably could have been the guy.
I would have made a lot more money, bro.
Yeah, you know what I'm
I would
saying?
have made a lot more money. Not that I'm not grateful for what I did.
Yeah,
I played
yeah.
a long time and did well, but if you go to a situation where I'm gonna go, hey Austin, just go score. Figure it out. We know you'll have your ups and downs. You're a rookie. You're 19. We're gonna be with you. That type of confidence.
Yeah.
Man, come on, bro.
Yeah, and I always like TJ. I don't know if I think I told you, but I be telling people like the difference between like, a good player and a great player or okay player to a good player is just comfort and confidence.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For real.
In those situations.
Yeah. 100%.
I feel like when you got with your pops though, I feel like he helped you with everybody around him, help you become a pro. Would you agree to that?
He helped me turn the switch on. Him and Sam Cassell.
Yeah,
Sam
yeah.
Cassell was huge for me in my career. He was one of the biggest. Him and my father were two guys that were able to be like, yo, listen, you gotta trust yourself. Otherwise, this ain't gonna work. You know what I mean? And obviously, you have to play a role, but within that role, you got to be able to go. You know what I mean? So I went from being a guy averaging like 4 or 5 points, so I'm averaging 15 points, 16 points a game. You know what I mean? That was a big jump. That's for everything, expectation, the money you make, everything. And I wasn't able to do that, without those guys' attention and help, and especially, those two would be the main guys though. Yeah. Sam was the guy who worked on me on the day-to-day, and then my pops is more bigger picture stuff. You know what I mean? He just kind of helping mold. But yeah, that's where the lights turned on for sure.
You need that in the league. When I like my first 2 years in the league, I didn't play till my third year, and Popeye Jones was like my Sam Cassell, and just like your dad was to you, Avery Johnson was to me. It was kind of like that's what I needed to jumpstart my career.
Avery Johnson?
Avery Johnson. Somebody who believed in you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And kind of got a vision for your game and how it would fit on the team. That was big for me, man.
Yeah.
So sometimes you need that at that level.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of kids think it's easy to play in the league, bro. Like they think it's easy to be like, I don't know, man. They think it's easy to be Austin Rivers, man.
Yeah, they have no idea.
They have no idea, huh?
No, they have no idea. They have no idea, bro. They don't know. They don't have an idea how hard it is to be in it, to stay in it,
Right.
and then just to even get there. They don't understand how many good players are not in the league.
Right.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? More importantly, they don't understand that like some guys that are not in our league level, just was a matter of like we talked about situation. There's a lot of guys that were overseas that are guys that, man, listen, give it a different opportunity, a different team, they could bump. You know what I'm saying? The
And
NBA,
niggas not being able to adjust, like you said.
yeah, bro. There's guys who can't make that switch, bro. Like some guys, like, yo,
Can't
I'm a
do it.
scorer. That's what I do.
Right.
I was able to be like, okay, let me be a defender, 3-point. A lot of guys just can't change like that, bro.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like, that's a whole different thing. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, knowing how to play without the ball is a whole different type of game than just getting the ball and doing your stuff.
Yeah.
Like, that took time and a lot of film. You got to really, like, be all in this, bro. There's no other. I just started having a life 2 years ago in terms of, like, doing stuff outside of my whole thing was just basketball. It was all the time. Training, resting. Everything was towards me being a better basketball player. For the first time in my life, like, past 2 years, I'm, like, living, like, doing things.
Man.
You know what I mean? Like, I really sold early. I sold my soul to the game, bro. Early
You have
on.
to, though. You have to.
Bro.
You have to.
I didn't have a drink till I was 21, bro. I didn't, you know what I mean? I never smoked till like 2 years ago. It was my first time even trying it. Like, I don't do that stuff. It was all in. I had no choice, bro. Growing up, being with that man, you know what I mean? I had no choice to play in this league, dog. That's just what it was for me.
So look, since you're a vet now in the game, so how do you manipulate the game, right? So we've been playing pickup from an offensive standpoint and from a mental standpoint. I want TJ you to answer that question too.
Okay, bet.
How do you manipulate the game from an offensive standpoint? Like, how would you attack the game?
Yeah, I think I strategically choose my times to be aggressive. You know what I mean? Like, having a natural pace to the game, playing with a pace can leave your defender with, like, uncertainty. Be one thing if, like, we just check ball and I grab the ball and just trying to score every single time. But God knows you running, like, if you like a bull in a china shop, they know you coming, then now they're ready for you every single time to play you. When you have a rhythm and flow to your game where you're just playing and just able to score and pick and choose when you need to, defer, like, it's really hard to guard or stop people like that. You know what I mean? So that's something I've always tried to get better at. But I think that's one way I try to manipulate when we playing pickup or just hooping. You know, I try to pick and choose my moments of when I need to be more aggressive. You always notice towards the end of the game is when I start being really aggressive, though. Like, there has to be some type of flow. You know, it can't just be chaos. So, yeah.
So TJ, so being a point guard, how you manipulate the game with your mind?
I try to as soon as I get on the court, I'm looking to see who I think the weaker defender is. I'm looking to see, you know, okay, how many shooters I got around me, and who can handle the ball, and then after that it's just all reads, bro. Like, if me and you on the same team, I'm getting it to you at the elbow, then I'm going to screen away to take my man away, you know, and you know, trying to talk to my younger guys, like the young guy we had on our team yesterday, he was shooting a bunch of knucklehead shots, bro. I'm like, bro, like, no, bro, we ain't doing that right now, you know. But it goes again with saying, like, you know, understanding yourself and knowing who you are. Like, for me, overseas, bro, I'm averaging 20 points easy, shooting whatever shot I want to. But now when I'm playing with other elite players, bro, now my role diminishes. Now, like, okay, I'm going to use my brain and be like, okay, I might come into a dribble handoff with you instead of screen so you can get a mismatch on my man. Then I'm getting the fuck up out of dodge, let you go to work. You know, or hit a corner trade like when AR got mad when Buddy went to help out, because I ain't shooting threes that much, right? But now you go help out on you because you've been killing all game. Now I hit my time to shine. I hit the game winning. I'm like, fucking game. And he mad at the young boy because he leave me. But the young boy mind like, this motherfucker ain't shot all game. But yeah, bro, I could shoot. I was a pro, bro. So, you know, just doing that type of shit, bro.
Yeah. You know what, man, like the older I got.
You don't like that?
No, I ain't like how you brought that up.
Oh, no, my bad, bro. My bad.
I hate when I lose to y'all motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I know, bro.
I be hot.
I know.
Yeah, I know it.
Look, we had you shit, bro. Listen, bro, you over there, you had the pom-poms the other day, bro. I couldn't believe it, bro.
Oh, no, I was trying
and
to
the old head, look, the old heads, we supposed to stick together. We 35, well, you ain't 35, we 30 and older.
It's first to get 4 wins. That's what we usually do.
Right.
Yep.
We had 2. I knew if they won, there was an easy win.
It was definitely easy.
Right.
At that point, we just got to beat them, and then we on our way.
To be honest, you know, sometimes when I play, like
those are the hardest ones to win too.
Yeah, now for sure, they are.
The ones
they
like
play
that,
the hardest.
They play dumb hard.
Yeah.
I actually wanted to play like every game, just us.
Yeah, I mean that would be perfect.
You know
pickup.
what I mean?
That'd be perfect. You go best of 7 at that point.
Yeah.
Well, that'd be still first to 4. But yeah, nah, that's those are those rare days. It's usually chaos and complication. You know, there's always 16 guys, 17 guys.
Yeah.
Somebody feels just like Buddy yesterday felt disrespected. He wasn't playing.
Yeah.
But
then he get on the court and shoot the craziest shots, bro. Oh my God.
Yeah, bro.
But yeah, it's never that serious, but it's funny, man.
Yeah. So I asked y'all them questions because like I know y'all game. Like I know you more offensive minded, and I know TJ more of a thinker when he plays. You know what I'm saying? But man, over the years, bro, my role changed so many times
Yeah.
that like I had to be like an adjuster.
Yeah. Yeah.
And sometimes when I come on the court and play pickup, even though it's pickup, I do that too.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, sometimes I know I don't want to take a bunch of shots and pick
You
up.
weren't doing that yesterday.
Huh?
You was killing yesterday.
Yeah, I
Shit,
shot a first ball.
you was about 80% from the field. That was crazy.
But like, it be based off my teammates. Like,
Yeah.
if I got a teammate who's a shooter, I want to win, Austin. I like to win too. Like when I'm playing, so I get my shooter going, and I kind of play like.
Y'all always got James.
James, yeah.
He got a little clip too.
Yeah, he definitely got a clip.
So I be trying to get him off,
James played like he knows his role as well.
Yeah, he do.
He either got the shot or he off it.
Right.
That's how we play though.
Yeah,
that's how we play. See, like even TJ, he play like that as well. I play like that, but it's like what I learned over the years. Cause sometimes you right, and I'm me. Like you want to show what you can do every time. But I just learned like if I want to win and to be fun for everybody. Cause I know everybody don't think the same.
Right.
Just like the young boy, he thinking like, shit, it's my time to get off.
No, he thinking like, I'm about to show these league niggas I'm just as
I'm nice,
good as them.
right. Yeah.
I'm gonna show them nice. I'm like, bro,
Oh,
the buddy with the do-rag on with the, he had the dreads on. I mean, dreads
how
on.
old is
He a senior at, he at Maryland now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like senior guard.
Yeah.
But Austin, tell me this though. You love to win or hate to lose?
I hate to lose.
I knew it, bro. I fucking knew it, boy.
Yeah, I hate to lose.
But explain though.
I don't know. I don't know if they're one and the same thing. I just don't like losing.
Yeah.
I don't like someone leaving the court feeling like they just beat me, bro. Or like, man, like we just beat Austin. Like, I don't like that, bro. I don't like losing. No, man.
Hey, look. So when I be playing against you, bro, and you be winning, I laugh inside because you be feeling so good. And then I know, but I also know like you hate to lose too. And I know when you losing, I laugh at that too because I know you ain't feeling good either. You know what I'm saying? So I just be laughing at you, bro. And
Man,
I couldn't wait to
definitely-
ask you that question, bro.
Yes.
You know, loving
I
to
definitely
win.
be getting hot
Yeah.
when we lose.
Where you think that come from though? The hating to lose thing.
I don't know. Maybe just growing up in a house with brothers and sisters and stuff creates like a competitive environment.
Uh-huh.
Me and my sister are competitive. Me and my brother's competitive. Stuff like that.
It's being competitive, yeah. TJ,
Yo,
you hate to lose too, motherfucker. So
I
where it
hate
come
to
from for you?
lose.
Where
I
it
do.
come
I
from?
hate to lose. Yeah, I would say probably being counted out my entire life, and motherfuckers just.
You ain't been counted out. You the number one player in the as an eighth
But I
grade,
was
bro.
still counted out though, cause I was smaller than everybody else. I was smaller, so niggas was always like, I was getting picked at. I told you I was short fat, my nickname, bro. So I was always getting picked at. I wasn't getting picked up. And then I was just like, I always want to show a motherfucker. So if I lose, I'm like, fuck, I ain't get a chance. I ain't show them niggas that I was nice.
Hate to lose, huh?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously we all enjoy winning, but the feeling of somebody else having or achieving something that you wanted has never been acceptable to me. So.
You know what? Over the years, I noticed that about people. Like I could tell, like people who love to win and people who hate to lose.
Yeah.
I find that like on the surface, like people who hate to lose, like you can really see it. You know what I'm saying? To me, it's nothing wrong with either. But I'm trying to figure out, should you hate to lose over loving to win? That's why That's why I ask so many people that. You know.
That's
I
tough.
feel like this teach his own, man.
Teach his own.
Everybody's motion is different, dog. Everybody's energies are different. Everybody's reasons why and what they do what for is different. So it's hard to, I'm sure some people hating to lose is what makes them not want to feel that feeling. So they chase a different type of euphoria. I don't know. Everybody's different.
What success looks like for you?
Man, I think it's an accumulation of things, but I think it would be a variety of health for me and my kids. One, happiness, just in terms of us being in a state of not settling, but I'm okay in life. I like where I'm at. You know, I might not have this, but I enjoy where I'm at, bro. I wake up every day, dog, and I'm thankful to be me, bro. I love being me. You know what I'm saying? And that's a hell of a thing to be able to say. I don't care who you are. If you love being yourself, that's a great success, because life is brutal. You know what I mean? It's for everyone. It's brutal, dog. You know, and everyone's is different. Some people have more challenges than others, but everyone, through your own eyes, you feel like you're going through the most because it's yourself, right? So life is hard for everybody, and you know, for me to be able to feel good about myself, feel good about my kids, for us to be healthy, I've already won, man. Like that's all I care about, dog. You know, obviously money and all these things, it only puts that stuff on like adrenaline and makes things easier. But my day-to-day of just having a good relationship with my boys and my daughter and my family, like, bro, I'm running my life the way I want it to be run. I'm thankful, bro. That's success for me. That's happiness.
That's a good one. Yeah. Want to chip in on that, T? I like that, bro. So how is important family is to you?
Everything. Yeah, my family's my everything. My kids are, bro, being a dad is the best job I'll ever have. You know what I'm saying? That's the best job I'll ever have. I don't care if I make $10 billion, bro. The coolest, baddest thing I'll ever be is a good dad, dog. Because when you get old, all these cars we talk about and these watches we wearing, you're not gonna give a shit about none of this, bro. Not one of these things you won't care about. You're only gonna have your memories with the people you love, bro. That's the only thing you'll be able to take care of it. That's what's gonna take care of your mental. When you get like 70 or 80 and you're laid up somewhere and you can't fly to the Bahamas and go party and you can't do these things because you're old, bro, the only thing that's gonna keep you afloat is if you got good energy, man, and like good memories, bro. And you can only make that with people you love, dog. My kids are my everything. So, you know, my family is at the utmost, you know, for me. And family don't have to be blood either. Family are people that love you and support you, bro. That's family. Because sometimes blood ain't enough. You know, sometimes people have, you know, messed up environments, or it'd be the closest people to you that be against you, sadly. You know what I mean? So you got to pick your family and your circle strategically, bro.
So what's your taste when it comes to people and friends that you like around you?
I've always had a good read of people. I think that's my biggest talent I have. I could be around someone and read how you are, bro. You know what I mean? Are you genuinely happy for me, bro? You know what I mean? I could snip that shit out in like an hour or two hanging out with somebody, man. Like when I'm around someone, does he like my vibe and my energy because he digs it and he's like, man, I like being around it? Or is it because you like just the benefits of being around me? You just want to be, do you want something from me? Or are you looking for weakness? Can I trust you? Can I trust you around my kids? Can I trust you around my wife? Oh, no. Listen, man. Yeah, I don't play about that, bro. I'm serious, man.
No,
I snip that out immediately, bro.
For sure.
If I get one weird vibe from you, I'm not the type to just like let and walk and see how things play, bro. You gotta go, bro.
Right.
Bye. I don't got time for it. I don't trust a lot of people, man.
Right.
No, sir. You know how that goes. Think about where y'all grew up, man. You don't trust people.
Nah.
They gotta earn that.
Right.
Yeah, they have to earn that.
Yeah.
So.
I think for somebody like me, like, that's why I probably live in Orlando, bro.
Yeah.
Cause like,
instead of going back home.
Yeah, cause you know, back home it's like, you know, you can pull up on me. Even if I got a gate, you can jump the fence.
Hey, like, what up, man?
You know, when I first got to the NBA, bro, I used to live in this condo, and it was a gated condo, bro. But like, you got to have the code. But people used to follow people in, bro.
Oh yeah, and just get in.
You know, somebody knock on my door.
Where,
like,
here?
No, when I was back home.
Oh, back home.
When I first got to the NBA, I ain't like that, bro.
Yeah. You
know what I mean? Because like, when I'm not home, somebody could go into my crib just knowing I'll stay there.
Yeah.
So I just like being far away and in the gated community where you got a peace of mind. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just want to be around people I love, though.
Yeah.
People I trust, I'm good. You know what I mean? You got that. You know, you pretty much got everything you could ask for. You know, house is gonna be bigger. There's always gonna be a bigger house, a nicer car, a prettier woman, a more handsome man, a more successful guy. Like that list is endless, bro. It's infinity and beyond, bro. So you at some point as a person have to be okay with yourself, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if you can't get there, then you got a long road, man. If you just chasing like these things that you think matter, you know, social media is a devil, bro.
Yeah.
People go on that damn app and they lose sight of perspective.
Yep.
And they lose sight of things that actually matter, and they go on that app and they just, even if you're not even that type of person, subconsciously you might just be comparing yourself. You see someone on a trip in France. I woke up today and I brushed my teeth, I grabbed my phone, and I'm like looking at people in Paris, and you start just thinking like, man, why am I not in Paris? Like, that's just, it's not good for you, bro. You know what I mean? I'm here because I'm supposed to be here. My kids just started school. That's why I'm here, right? So perspective gets lost. You start thinking about all these things. Fashion Week, you see all these celebrities hanging out, and it's cool, and you're like, why am I not there? Like, I don't need to be there. That's why. You know, not to say that you can't, because we might go for real, but things that actually matter lose its value on that phone, man. I try to stay away, try to monetize that seriously, but that Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, you need it because it's like keeping up with what's going on, but it is addicting, and you lose yourself being on that thing. And half those people you see on those pictures, bro, that shit is a lie.
You can't lose yourself without perspective. Put like that.
Yeah,
you can't lose yourself.
you can. That's why I always remind myself, I'm okay, bro. I love where I'm at. For everything I don't got, I don't got it. I'm cool.
But that's just like the emotions we all have as humans too, like, you know, jealousy and hate and all these different things. All that is perspective as well. Just like you said, like, there's always gonna be a bigger house, a nicer car, you know, a prettier girl and all that. But, you know, it sounds like you was like reading off the lyrics to J. Cole, "Love Yours." You know what I'm saying? But it's a fact though. It's like, if you look at things the right way, you're not gonna really be tripping on nobody else. Like,
you usually don't even want those things until you see them.
Right.
Bro, I never wanted a house in Lake Como until I was in Lake Como and I saw this dude with his giant house. I'm like, man, I wish I had one. But I never wanted that a week before. That's what I'm saying. It's not real. It's
I love Lake Como too, though.
Yeah, it's incredible, bro. I'm over there looking like George Clooney's house on the water. I'm like, man, this is wealth. You know what I mean? But like, that's what does that matter? You know what I mean? That's one of those things. If it happens for you, I guarantee you. This sounds sick, but he probably looking at Bezos or somebody else on the water like, man, it's always going to be that next level, bro. And that stuff is, some of the corniest people in the world I met have been rich, bro. Like, I'm talking about the richest. And some of the realest individuals I know don't have a dollar to rub together, bro. Like, 2 nickels to rub together. People who made me who I am are people that didn't have any bread. Like my AAU coach, Coach Theory and Joseph, that dude was a huge part of my environment. He was never poor or anything like that. He always took care of himself, but like, that guy wasn't rich. You know what I mean? I've met too many false idols, bro. Being in the NBA for 11 years, growing up with my dad being who he is. I met too many of these guys that people praise, and they not who you think they are, man. You know what I mean? Some of these dudes is corny.
That's a good thing you brought up, bro.
I'm serious, bro.
Hey, look, check this out.
Cornballs out there, dog.
First, before we get back to it, I never understood why you can have so much and be so like not have, like, be jealous of each other on the team.
I'm competitive with my guy on my team. Your biggest competitor is your teammate in the NBA. People don't want to hear that, but that's the truth.
Not for me.
Man, shit. That dude's.
But explain that. Let me hear it.
So if the guy ahead of you is hitting like 10, I'm not wishing. There's a difference between being competitive with someone and wishing for someone's downfall.
All right.
I'm not asking for my teammate to miss shots.
Right.
I don't want him to get hurt. But if this nigga's averaging 30, I'm like, I ain't never starting. I'm never playing. You know what I mean? Like, that's just how, because it's a business at that level. And by the way, we're bringing home money, bro.
So who you talking about?
So like, it's mad competitive in the NBA. This guy is the reason why I don't make $20 million. This dude right here, because he's not missing. Like, that shit is real.
No, I'm saying, is he somebody who playing your position, or he's like the other guard with you?
No, position.
Oh, so if he's starting in front of you or something?
This is the guy's same role that I want he has.
Oh, yeah,
and he's doing it well, and it don't look like I'm going to get it here. That's what I'm talking about. You can't.
Bro, we talked about it on the pod before.
I love your honesty when it comes to that.
That's the truth of the matter. I don't wish for nobody's downfall, though.
So, but what you saying to yourself, like, what you wishing for him?
I don't wish anything. I just wish that when my moment comes, because you're always going to have it, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Because in the NBA, you are going to get hurt, and someone is going to go through dry spells, and he's going to have games where he don't. Am I going to be the guy who, like, talks shit about someone, and then when I get my moment, I don't do nothing about it, and I'm just making excuses like, man, it's just because I don't have a rhythm, and I haven't been playing, so when he called me, I wasn't ready. Like, bro, that shit no one going to feel bad for you. Right. You know, we in the NBA making millions, no one feels bad for us, dog.
Yeah.
Man, so, yeah, I don't know.
We talked about that a while ago, right? Remember? Because, like, you know, you always have in the NBA. You always gonna be competing with somebody for minutes. You know what I'm saying? And you know they gonna have their games where they play well, and you know maybe
you know how it is. Bass, get in there. You like, you gotta be ready to go, bro.
Ready.
Otherwise, if you mental fucked up, you got no shot,
bro. Look how my mind. So you know how sometimes I'm telling. That's why I say like all humans we got these like we all got the same type of emotions, bro. It's just how we deal with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? So like I remember it's been times where I had to like fight for minutes with whoever was playing my position. And I used to have to tell myself in my mind, like, whether he make a shot or miss it, like I can't wish the worst on him. It got to be what it's gonna be for him.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want that to come on me. You understand?
Smart. You don't want that energy on you.
Yeah,
bro.
I ain't want that.
Yeah.
Like I don't want me wishing he missed shots, and then when I get my shot,
Can't throw a rock
I'm
in
missing
the
shots.
ocean.
You feel me?
Right.
You know what's so sick about that is guys who don't think that pure. Some of those guys, you see it work out for them.
Bro,
And
that's a
what-
good one, bro.
And that's what
a
makes
good
you
one,
question.
bro.
It makes you question. Do I need to be that pure, bro?
Yeah.
And you still have to be that way because
Yeah,
later in
bro.
life he'll come back to get them, dog.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
They
a
might
good
be
one.
winning
That's a
now,
good one.
but guys who think like that and you see all this, bro. There's some guys that are having so much success right now, and I know them. I'm like, yo, that guy's not a good guy, bro. How is he doing all this?
Right.
But no, you can't. That's selling your soul. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I'll just, like you said, bro. You don't wish the guy gets hurt or anything like that, but you will get a look.
Yeah.
It will happen. Maybe 2, maybe 3. But I've been on both sides. I've been with like Austin get in the game. I'm like, fuck this dude. You play me with 4 minutes left in the game, bro. You gonna try me like that? And I get in the game and I'm like,
You can't do nothing.
shit, you look terrible doing it.
Yeah.
You look terrible.
Yeah.
Cause you never know who's watching.
Yeah, it's a fact.
Somebody watching me.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then I've had times where I went there and I was like, 4 minutes, I'm getting to it.
Yes, sir.
And all that did is lead to me getting 10 minutes next time and 50.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, I'm in the rotation.
Yeah.
So it's tough, man. You go through that. Yeah.
So you got to have the right perspective. man.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. I got that. I was reading this book called The Secret. You ever heard of Secret?
Mm-mm.
It's kind of like it talks about like manifesting, and you know how manifesting is like really popular now and stuff. But that book like kind of introduced that way of thinking. It's kind of like, like attract like. So if you wish the best on somebody, you get that back to you. But if you wish the worst, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So I kind of was like, that's where I kind of took that from.
Yeah.
But it's hard though, cause it's like natural, like, cause just like you said, like, that's the reason why I'm not making 20 million, because this guy averaging 30. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
That is natural. Guy missed a couple shots. You look at the coach like, this nigga, man, come on now.
That's crazy.
You trying to manipulate? You trying to get me in the game, man? It ain't his night.
Right.
You start saying those little things at the end of the bench. They don't know who said it, but they know who said it.
Right.
That's naturally how you are, though, right there.
Yeah, I am.
I know. I can see it.
I like to stir the pot a little bit.
I see.
Not with my own team though, but in like pickup, if I'm going against you, I'm definitely going to be talking. Try to mess with somebody.
Or a nigga missing a shot. You do this, dude missing a shot. You stand up. Come on, man, just make the next one. So coaches see you standing up. You do that type of shit.
No, that's crazy. No,
I was like, bro, that's fucked up. You doing that now?
That's like on some. I fight someone try to do that to me. For real. That's like. I don't even know what that is. I don't do that. No.
Boy, look at here.
I'd rather talk to you after the game, but yo, keep your head up, keep shooting.
Right.
Bro, I feel like you said, man, it's what Bass said is dead on, bro. I like to help somebody out. It'll come back my way. Because I hope when I have my chance, the guy behind me trying to help me, bro.
Yeah.
And help me, because, that type of stuff I don't like.
Right.
Yeah, because you know what I always thought? This is how I always start. Like, so, I feel like we all could be like crazy successful, but bro, I live way over here, bro. Like summertime, I'm way over here. You way over there, dog. Like, go be the man over there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be the man over here.
Yeah.
You feel me? So I just never felt like it was a need to be like jealous and just overly competitive with each other. Like we all can be successful.
What's your biggest what gives you the most confidence? Like, what about yourself or something that you've done that makes you move the way you move, walk the way you walk? What gives you your swagger? Like, what's your biggest confidence? And it might not be a different reason now than it was then.
Just working, just being like being diligent about my approach every day.
Yeah. Okay.
That's why I get my confidence from.
That's what pushes you.
Yeah.
Diligent.
So, yeah, just every day, just working on myself, working on my game. That gives me confidence. And it started in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Every day, having a routine. Even when I wasn't playing, if I have a routine where I'm sharpening up my skills every day, that gives me confidence. You know what I'm saying? If I'm working on myself, like whether I'm trying to be fit or, I get a haircut or something, like just little stuff like that, because like, just like you were saying, like, you only can control what you can control, right?
Yeah.
You know, there's gonna be somebody a little bit more handsome. You don't want nobody to be more handsome than you, but you know what I'm saying? You just do the best with what you have. You know? That gives me my confidence. What about you? What gives you yours?
Similar, yeah. I think being able to set out a goal and accomplish it gives a man a lot of confidence.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So, and everybody's goals are different, you know what I mean? But, like, I had a friend who wanted to be a firefighter. That's literally what he wanted to be. He's a firefighter now. That dude is the most confident dude I've ever met.
Yep.
And he might not be wealthy or any of these things, but he moves like he's because he is exactly who he wanted to be.
Yeah.
So I think being who you want to be is like the ultimate form of self-confidence, man. You know what I mean?
I love that.
Or being on the way there, or having a goal, bro. Like, even if you're not who you want to be yet, if you have like a plan, that's what women find most attractive in a man, is a man who just has a plan. You don't have to have it yet. They just want a guy who actually has their shit together, bro. Someone who's working towards something and actually shows that every day, that's the most attractive thing someone can have about themselves, in my opinion. Yeah. So.
That is true.
Yeah. That is true.
What about a woman? How you looking at the woman?
How do I look
She got
at
to
her?
have herself together?
For sure. When I say together, I mean, you got to just like, all right, so there's a multitude of things I look at. One, am I attracted to you? All right, and then two, your spirit. Once I start talking to you, your energy, how do I feel you move? How do I feel you treat others other than me? You know what I mean? Like how you approach people around you, how you present yourself. The same things we take, what I wear, how she dresses, how she presents herself here on Instagram, what she stands for, how she talks, how she moves, people she hangs out with. Your friends sometimes can be a telling of who you are. Your actual interests. I'm not really interested in the places you've been.
But I'm saying, like,
where you want to go. You know what I mean?
That seemed like really thought out right there. But initially, like, I feel like,
physical attraction is the first thing that brings you in.
Yeah,
and then you talk to them and you're like, bro, I'm talking to women that are. This is when I was single. Mm-hmm. I've talked to women who have been the prettiest women in the world, and you talk to them and you're like, nah.
All right.
Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I vibe in how someone is able to talk, bro. Communication to me is sexy, bro. If I can talk to a woman and I vibe with you, that's a huge appeal for me. Because that's who I'm gonna have to wake up next to on days. That's the one we have to argue and figure stuff out. Like you only gonna fight for it if you get along with them.
Right.
There's a saying: you show me a pretty girl, I'll show you got tired of her. You know what I mean? Like the looks fade, dog. Yeah. I gotta love you for. You know what I mean? If I'm gonna raise a kid with you. Whew.
That's an elite way of thinking now.
Yeah, I gotta get along with you, bro, man.
Because cause you know how I think I just seen something like a post where it talked about how like a guy look at a girl, right? You really kind of gotta be really attracted to her. Like as long as you really attracted to her, you gonna start the process of want to have a relationship with her, right? And on the other way around, or a girl want to see a guy that got something going for himself.
Yeah, or a plan.
Yeah, or a plan, like you
obviously,
said.
Looks matter, but looks matter more for us.
Yeah.
In general, I can't. I'm not saying all women. I'm saying a lot of them. I would conclude, or assume, I guess is a better word to say, that they like the man who has stuff at least going for themselves, organized. But ask yourself why. A woman's job is, not a job. A big part of the job is if you're gonna have kids, right? They got to carry the kid. They got to take care of the kid. They got to do all these things with you. Why the hell would they want to have that with somebody who don't have anything put together? What kind of life that's going to be for their kids, bro?
Mm-hmm. No, I get it.
I understand. Exactly. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, there's always like a double standard where like dudes are like, oh, women only want guys with money. Like, bro, women want a man who's responsible, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a difference. Mm-hmm. The ones who just want money, those girls never win anyway. Mm-hmm. That shit always ends bad. Because trust me, the guy know you do too. Mm-hmm. It's even the ones that you don't think, eventually, man, when they get old, he gonna get another younger. He gonna get a 20. Them girls gonna go out sad, bro.
Right.
That's like L.A. Living in L.A., you see that shit all the time, bro. You'll see a girl who thinks she's on her way, and then 4 years later, I'm like, what happened? She said, oh, he's dating. I'm just like, bro.
Look,
you gotta date someone you love.
What rubbed off? What about L.A. rubbed off on you? Because like when people go to L.A., it's you don't want to leave.
That was the most, living there. I got clear sight of who I like being, what I need to be, and what I don't want. Being in that scene for like 2-3 years, 4 years, you know what I mean? Hollywood is, yeah, man. I don't know. It's fun, I met a lot of cool people in it, but you just can't get caught up in it. It's like all the things we talked about. Understanding who you are, understanding happiness, understanding where you're at, you know, not comparing yourself. Because out there, it's like a giant high school. LA's like a big high school, bro. And you got the popular kids, and you got the cool kids. You got the kids that like are kind of cool. You got the kids that people think are weird. You know, that's literally Hollywood, bro. It's trendy. It's mean. People get bullied. It's a lot of stuff that goes on you don't know that goes on. I mean, that's Hollywood. You know what I mean? That's just a good and bad. It's like a big high school.
Well, I didn't experience that when I was there.
No.
But I can see where when you get deep off in it.
Yeah.
And the longer time you spend, I can see.
Again, it's all about who you meet, man.
Absolutely.
I met friends there, and the next thing you know, you hanging out in these places, and it's cool because everyone's in there that you see on TV or listen to, and you're like, this. You think you know this is the environment, and the women that are there, bro, that are prettiest women in the world. You know what I mean? So you think like, man, this is it. But I have a better time going out here with my homies than I did in LA, all day. You know what I mean? So that's just like, once you do it, I'm good. I'm good off of that, man. Yeah.
All right. Let's go back to some hoops, man. Top 3 most memorable moments of your basketball career.
Shit, man. I would say,
Game winner in college.
man, you know what's crazy about
moment?
that? I would put that as one of it, just because that's one of my more, I think, iconic things I've done is that shot. But for me, like, that happened so quick, man. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know if I have 3. It's hard for me to say. I don't know. I've had so many.
Being drafted?
Huh?
Being drafted?
No, like that night was not. Bro, I had expected to be. I was pissed I didn't. That's how I was, man. Like I was always the glass always half empty, right? Is that the phrase?
Right.
Instead of half full. I just always was that way. When I got drafted, I was mad that 9 other spots went ahead of me.
Straight up.
I wouldn't even think about being 10. I had no perspective, bro. At that time, I was pissed. Bro, I remember getting drafted. I was like, man, this is ridiculous. Like, that's how I felt. Instead of being like, bro, I was the 10th pick in the NBA draft. I should be. My dad was crying. You know, my mom and them were crying. I was mad. I was like, not mad, but I was just like, hell no. And I didn't like where I was going. And I like New Orleans, the city, but the situation wasn't. I just already knew.
You knew that from off?
No, I didn't know it was gonna be what it was, but I already had heard people like, yo, this is gonna be different. So I was trying to go to Toronto, but you know, it's all good, man.
We kind of talked about all this, but like, what is something that makes you happy on a daily basis? Like, what makes Austin happy? Or make you mad?
Both? Makes
Yeah.
me mad? Nothing makes you mad, bro. I don't have anything that makes me mad. I don't know about that. There's things that frustrate me, but that's like different things every day. You know, something can happen in your day that gets you frustrated, but I don't have anything that just wakes me up and I'm mad about. But I don't know, man. Bro, we live a good life. You know, we played basketball for a living. It's created doors and opened doors to where now I can do things. You know, you made a lot of money.
Is it something you got to do?
Healthy. I'm healthy.
Every day?
Shit. So what?
Is it something you got to do every day?
The media stuff's fun. I like being close to the game of ball, man. So whether it's playing or talking about it, even doing this, you know what I mean? This isn't my platform. This is your guys. But today I got to wake up, eat breakfast, take my kids to school, and then I got to talk basketball. You know what I mean? I didn't get paid for it, but I got paid in time. You know what I mean? Like, I enjoyed my day. Like, today was a good day. And then I'm going to go home after this and hang out with my kid. Like, I had a good day today. It's a good Friday for me. You know?
Right.
Yeah. So like a big thing with the podcast for me is like I don't really want to do like the cliche way of podcasting. Like my goal for it is to be a mentor and kind of we can sharpen each other up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just based off our life experiences and our perspective.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that's important.
100%.
'Cause, you know what I'm saying?
You are big. I've always peeped that about you. You're willing to learn from your peers.
Yeah.
So that's a good skill, bro.
Yeah.
I remember that just even from playing with you. You ask a lot of questions, bro.
Yeah.
You'll be like, hey, so what's up? Or you'll be like, hey, Chris, or whatever. You just ask questions, man. That's a good quality to have.
Or I'll let you talk, like.
Yeah, you'll sit back and
I
just figure stuff out, bro.
Yeah, cause like what I noticed about you, and that's why I know you'll be a good podcaster. I know you'll be really good in the media space because you was young. But you was a big talker, man.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
how we sat, it was like, you and Jamal was in front of me?
I sat next to Jamal.
Yeah.
I had no choice to sit next to Jamal.
Yeah.
JC, bro, I was so nervous to play with y'all, man. Like when I got in that team, well, you came after.
Yeah, I came
but
after.
But still, man, like I was like 8, 9, 10 years younger than all y'all, and that team was not a young team. So it was like it was Chris, Blake, DJ, Barnes. Bro, I'm like 20 years old, 21 years old, because it's my third year. You guys are like 30 with kids and mortgages and you know, paying bills and taking kids to school. I'm like, bro, I don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? So that was nerve-wracking for me a little bit.
Yeah, and it had to be like really cool because it was the players you probably looked up to.
Bro, I watched y'all play growing up, and then
yeah.
just like that, I'm like working with
right
y'all.
there,
Bro, like
right,
playing
right.
with Chris was like surreal for me, man. You know what I mean? I grew up with like a Chris Paul poster on my wall. And then now me and him are like arguing in practice. I'm like, this shit is weird. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I was really thankful I got to play with him and you and all these guys, man, because I grew up watching you guys play. Yeah, that was just, it made me so much better, you know, going against you guys. My confidence grew. I'm like, this is what I'm competing against now. I am a pro. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have to dream about it no more. Now I got to be the best pro I could be. So yeah, that was great.
You know what? One of the first couple of things I was hearing about you when I got to the Clippers was like how every day you came to practice with a chip on your shoulder.
Yeah, I used to go at dudes, bro. OD.
Yeah, that's what I heard. They
That's
want you to take it easy.
Some guys on the team I ain't really like, bro. So some dudes, it was personal to me. Every time I went against Matt Barnes, bro, I was giving that dude the blues, dog. You know what I mean? Like someone like that, I was like, nah, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Like guys like that, nah, man. So it's crazy to see, you know, everyone's approach to practice. We all have pros, you know what I mean? You were a pro, Blake was a pro, DJ was a pro, even Matt was a pro. These guys were all like veteran pros, had, you know, mad experience. So I got to learn a lot from you guys, man. That was really dope. But yeah, practice was like my battleground. That's where I earned more minutes.
Yeah.
You got to go at somebody.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so.
Definitely. Yeah, it is cool to see how people approach the game, though. You know, because everybody approach it different. Like I remember when I got to the Celtics, Paul Pierce, how he approached the game. Like, he didn't really have a routine of working by himself. His routine was more playing one-on-one against people. You remember him playing one-on-one?
Yeah.
Like I feel like Jamal, like, you could say more about how Jamal prepared. Like, how did you see Jamal preparing? Did he do a lot of, what was his thing?
Jamal was super,
like, you know, laid back kind of like
approach,
right?
He was quirky, bro. He was like, he used to wear these old headphones, the styrofoam with the wire. I'm like, why do you have those? He's like, because they work. I'm just like, what? That's how he was, bro. Like, wasn't a big workout guy. Just played pickup in the summer. Has the pro-am. He's a hooper. He just hoops. Jamal's not a guy you're gonna get in the gym and do drills with and like work on his dribbling and his shooting. Jamal's a guy like pulls up to practices. After we'll play some ones and he's out. That was his day of working. He'll get some light shots up. But he want to bump. You know what I mean? And then that's it for him. He's just a natural born hooper. Some guys need to be in the lab and get lab work. You know what I mean? And like really fine tune their skills. That's how they get off confidence wise and grow their skills.
Exactly.
So it's just a matter of who you are. Yeah. You know, I got to play with Paul too, but you played with Prime Paul.
Yeah.
Who was, you know, I played with Paul on the end where he was
Paul,
just. I played with Clippers Paul, where he would just play when his name was called type vibe. You know, you played with one of the baddest players in the league. That's when he was a cold dude.
Yeah.
Paul that was a vicious dude. I only got to see a little bit when I'd come in the locker room with y'all and I'd just walk in there. Sometimes I'd be like, Paul, he'd be like, what's up, man? Sometimes I'd be like, Paul, he'd be like, just wave me off. Yeah, I'm like 13. I'm like, damn. But he was like that. Like, if y'all lost, I knew from then on, two dudes don't go near. Don't go near Paul. Don't go near Ticket.
Right.
If they lost the game, you got to leave those dudes alone.
Yeah. Yeah, Ticket was the most interesting, like, teammate as far as, like, his routine. He was a little more stricter than everybody else.
Yeah, he had like the whole Ray Allen too, right?
Ray Allen on court was like, he had that routine on court.
Yeah.
KG was on court, off court, practice. Everything was a routine, like everything. He seemed like more superstitious of a player and a person, like.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So he stood out when it comes to that. But Ray was the one who kind of needed to get his work in on court.
Okay, yeah.
At a certain time, every day.
Yeah, like mad early there.
Yeah,
right?
super early, like maybe 3-4 hours for the game.
Yeah, there's guys like that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean, what were you?
I had a routine.
Yeah.
I'm a man of routine, but I'm not a guy that needed to be in the arena 3 hours early. I just got to get my stretching in, my shots up, hot tub, 30 minutes to just listen to some music or so. I'm good to go, bro. Let's play. Sometimes the anticipation is just too much. Like, bro, going somewhere in the midst of 3 hours, like, I'm just ready to play, man. I want to play. I used to hate the games at like, we're like 9 o'clock. I got to wait all day to play a game. Let's just run this at 7 and call it a day. You know what I mean?
It make you a little anxious, huh?
Yeah, I'd rather just get to the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's just get to it. The bigger the game is, the more quickly I want them to start. I didn't like the anticipation, the long anthems, the introduction, all that extra hoopla shit. It always took me longer to get myself into the game. I just wanted the game to start. Let's just play basketball. It always helped me.
That was one of the things that gave me anxiety about the games. Like, that's why I never cared about who I played next. Like, I never looked at the schedule.
Yeah.
Because it made me think about who I'm gonna play.
Yeah, okay.
So how I knew who I was gonna play next was when we do scout.
Okay.
That's how I liked it. You know what I'm saying? That way I ain't thinking about niggas a week in advance, you know, because that's how my brain works.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I like to focus on myself day before, day of, focus on who I'm gonna play against. Because, like, tell me just how you approach playing against people. Like, my approach was, you know, no matter how good or great you were, my approach was the same on how I was gonna play against you. What about your approach? How was your approach?
Similar to yours. Obviously, in an NBA season, there's 82 games. So, like, you can't scout heavily every game because every other night you got a new team. But I didn't even know there was a train behind it.
I like it though. It's just something different, you know.
Do you hear it? You hear it when you do the pod when we do it? You don't hear it at all, right? That's what I was thinking.
Cut it out.
Yeah.
So you're asking about who? Okay.
Just like, what's your approach like from game to game on playing against different players? Like,
it's always myself. I'm always focused on myself.
More you,
right. Because you're gonna play against talent every night. You know, my thing was always like, bro, starting out the game, finding the rhythm to the game. How can I insert myself in the game? How can I be a part of the game? Like, each game is a life of its own, right? So when that game starts, everything I did was based off of me, like, feeling good, whether it's getting a free throw to go down, getting a steal, getting a rebound. I got to do something where I'm like, all right, I'm officially a part of the game.
Right.
That's like when you play games, bro, when that ball goes through the net, you feel a little different. Just one time that ball goes through the net, dudes go back, start defending harder, start talking. Like, it does all these little things for you just because you made one shot, right?
That's a fact.
I couldn't be predicated on just that because as a role player, if you live by making shots, you'll die.
Right.
All right, because you're not always gonna have shots, bro. Right. So, like, you got to do other things. Getting a defensive stop, a loose ball, dive on the floor and get it, bro. Coach, that just bought me minutes, bro. You know what I mean? Like, anything that could get me in the game where I feel like I'm helping towards a win. That's how I kind of lived in the league. And then, you know, once the ball starts falling, now you're rolling. Now you got one going. Those are the best feelings in the world when you got 13, 14 at halftime. You're a role player. You're like, bro, I got me a game going right now. I'm about the second half, I'm letting it fly. First one I get. You know what I mean? Those are the best nights. So, yeah.
Like this or like that?
Who would you rather play with, Steve Nash or Rajon Rondo?
Man, I'm going to catch people off guard with this one. I'm going to go Rondo. I'm going to go Doe on that one. I know Steve Nash is a two-time MVP, so respect. But I like how Doe did on both sides. They both passed first point guard, so I think Steve Nash is a little bit more controlling, though, of his offense. So if you play with Steve Nash, you got to really be catch and shoot. You know what I mean? It was Jason Richardson, Amari Stoudemire, pick and roll. Sean Marion was a slasher. Like, they built the team around Nash. Doe was just throwing on a team with 3 Hall of Famers and made it work. You know what I mean? Like, two different circumstances. So, I don't know. I think I'd rather play with Doe for me.
All right. Paul George. I was going to put Latrell Sprewell in there, but B ain't think he knows the Latrell Sprewell.
I definitely know Latrell.
Like, really know him really well?
Yeah, I know his game.
All right, so, yeah, Paul George and Latrell.
Him that way? I'm curious.
Jason Tatum.
Oh, Tatum. Oh, Paul George?
Yeah.
Tatum. Easy.
Really?
Easy peasy.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I
think Tatum's way better than Paul George. Huh? Tatum might be not, listen, everybody's a little bit harsh on him right now. Take the Olympics out. If we count in the playoffs and finals, Tatum wasn't the most consistent but through it all, he shows up, right? And PG has been a little bit more up and down for me. I think Tatum's more durable. I think he's bigger, he's stronger. I think he has all the skill sets Paul has, but he's just a little bit more better. He might not look as pretty. Paul George's game is very attractive to look at. He's very poetry in motion. All of his moves are very smooth. You know what I mean? And I think that's what appeals to people. But we talk about a competitor, a guy that ain't gonna quit on you. You know what I mean? A winner, as we've seen. I mean, that's the biggest difference. Tatum's way above Paul George in my eyes.
What do you think about his experience in the Olympics?
Man, that's tough to be. I don't know how to explain that one. Bro, Jason Tatum, I've never seen someone have so much success and failure at the same time.
No,
he's like succeeding and failing at the same time. I don't know how. I've never seen this, bro. This dude won the finals, first team All-NBA, but he didn't win Eastern Conference MVP. So everybody was kind of like, all right, that's kind of weird. The best player didn't get that, but Jaylen Brown did play better than him. He'll get the finals one. That's what everyone thought.
I was thinking the same.
So then the finals comes, and I still thought he was going to win it.
Right.
They gave it to Jaylen again. So then it's just like, it's kind of strange that you don't see that. But it happens sometimes. Duncan won, and Tony Parker got a finals MVP before. You know what I mean? Even though Duncan was the best player on the team. Steph Curry's the best player on the team. Iguodala won. So it's happened before.
Yeah, Iguodala shouldn't have won that shit. That was bullshit.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
But, and I love Iggy, but he shouldn't have won that. But you still feel
lit
like
over this motherfucker.
Yeah, no, he feeling good. Yeah. He on his way to pick up something.
For sure.
But yeah, no, it's happened before. But the media just couldn't get enough of that, and they crushed Tatum for it. And it just seemed like he got so much negativity after a young man just got first team All-NBA and then won a ring and then signed the largest contract in NBA history.
Man.
So back to back to back, he has all these three things, but we're not talking about any of them. All we're talking about is Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown is better than you, but it's like, bro, there's a reason why Tatum gets the best player out of him every night. There's a reason why Tatum's on the Olympic team, okay?
Yeah.
So Jason Tatum goes to the Olympics and then doesn't play. So you could dissect that in multiple things. You could say he didn't play because he just so happens to play the same position as LeBron and KD, and there wasn't minutes to go by. But then there's some guys like, well, Jason Tatum's capable of playing the two. So he could have competed with Booker and Ant for minutes, which he didn't. Those guys got all the minutes. Is it the coach? So it falls on Steve just not vibing him? Because last Olympics, he played.
Bullshit.
You know what's crazy though?
Yeah, you with the bullshit.
It was just a tough situation for him, bro.
Yeah.
Because D-Book played this. He played really, really solid, and Ant is like the future.
They pretty much had room for two guys, and they went that route. I think of the three, wait for this fucking guy. It's one of my pet peeves, dog. It's these motherfuckers on motorcycles, dog.
Yeah.
The whole neighborhood got to hear what the fuck you got going on that day. I might not be vibing on what you got vibing on, but now I had to be a part of your vibe. Because you walk around holding handlebars like blasting your shit, bro. It's disgusting. I can't stand that shit. Good God. But the whole neighborhood had to listen to that shit for 30 seconds. He had an instrumental on.
Just the instrumental.
There was no music playing. That was fucking crazy.
He probably just left the Chronic or something on.
Huh?
He probably just left the
funny
Chronic.
as shit,
It's like
boy.
beats playing. He's driving. Anyways, yeah, I don't know, man. That's a strange one. Tatum is a hard one to dissect. I'm a fan of him. I think he's a top tier player. But
it was just a tough situation, I feel like. Because like you said, I ain't even break it down like how you just broke it down.
he played in the last Olympics. He played 25 minutes a game in the last Olympics. So he could.
But who wasn't there during the last?
Well, Kerr wasn't the coach. Here's my question. Someone asked me this the other day. If Coach K was coaching, how much does Tatum play? He played a lot of minutes, bro.
Yeah.
Yes, he is. And we would have won gold, and he would have been a bigger part.
Well,
We'd be having this
position?
conversation about somebody else.
What position?
That's what we talk about this. It's all situational, bro. Even
Yeah.
for the top guys.
That's a fact.
That was the
It's
highest
still-
level of
crazy.
situational.
Yeah,
You got
yeah.
to see it at the highest level.
True.
Of some guys who were able to adapt. Booker went straight into a tactical role player.
Yeah.
He played like Derek White's role, but just better than him because he's better than Derek White.
Exactly.
Right,
So
right.
Derek White was going to get those. You saw early on, Derek was playing a little bit.
Yeah.
And the Booker was like, all right, let me go defend.
Exactly.
Hit spot ups. One dribble, if I don't got it, I'm off and I'll space.
Yeah.
And he took all his minutes,
the
bro.
game, bro. Yeah.
Because Booker was like, this is how I'm going to play.
Yeah.
In Phoenix, I want to let y'all know something just real quick before I finish on it. We've had trains We got a goddamn. We got a bus stop. We got motorcycles. We got women talking on the side, walking around. This has been the most outside experience I think I've ever had with a podcast, bro.
We're in nature, bro.
This is beyond nature. This is metropolitan, dog. This is. I feel like I'm in goddamn Times Square right now. This is crazy.
This is definitely an experience.
Bro, this is the first time we even had a bus come up here.
It's definitely the first time.
The first time. Bro, that's crazy. That's
Now,
funny
at this
as
point,
shit.
I'm just waiting for like ice cream truck to come by. God damn. But yeah, no, he took his minutes by changing his whole approach.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if Tatum is able to do that or if he was willing to do that.
Yep.
Which is a question. And then, listen, Ant is just like this, right? He's a force that like you just have to play a guy like that. His energy is different. You know what I mean? Tatum's more of like a quiet dude. I think it was easy for them not to play him. I don't know if you play Ant. If you don't play Ant, like the same energy, I don't know how those guys handle it. Part of Tatum's like best curses, he is like such a nice guy. Well, people crush this dude and he's done nothing wrong. He takes care of his kids, his family don't get in trouble. How many times have you seen Tatum out at the club? Never. You don't see no bullshit of him, bro.
Yeah.
He's out the way, got his own stuff going.
Yeah.
Hoops. Don't say the wrong thing about anybody. The only thing people don't like about Tatum is what they say he's corny. That's just because he a normal kid. He a kid, bro. Like, he a young man. You know what I mean? Like, but people just find ways to peel back the onion, bro. No matter, especially when you're young and just you having all the success. They used to do it with the Currys. Now they love him again. Right. Remember, there was that period of time when people couldn't stand Steph. He was shimmying and dead because he was just winning too much. You know what I mean? Like, people don't like guys like that. Tatum been winning. He doesn't win a championship, but his team's been good for so long. They were hoping they lost to Dallas. The whole world's going for Dallas. Why? There's no reason why. The people just don't like people winning. True. I don't know why he didn't play in the Olympics, though. I would have played Tatum a little bit. I would have found more minutes from him personally. Again, I'm not Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr's a Hall of Fame coach. But there has to be some type of minutes for Jason Tatum to be on the floor.
You know what? Just off the top of my head, the only way I feel like it could happen if they play LeBron just a little bit less. Because LeBron got a bunch of tick,
Played a lot, bro.
No,
they're up by like 30 with 4 minutes left, and these dudes in the game playing. I'm like, bro, y'all can't just throw Tatum in there right now and just get him some minutes, get him some rhythm, maybe see if he got something going. But like that way we could play him next game. They played him in weird stretches. They like put him in the championship game for like 2 minutes, took him out. I'm like, what the fuck was the point of that? That was just to put him in the game, bro. So they could just say they played him. Just weird shit like that.
I think because they already knew how much they was gonna play LeBron. And they knew Tatum, he wasn't gonna get those minutes. But you made a great point though when you said about Booker changing his role.
Yeah, he did. He changed the first couple of games. He struggled.
Yeah.
Because he was trying to go out there and score.
Yeah.
And then he sat back and was like, wait, I'm not going to have the ball on this team.
Right.
Steph, KD, and LeBron are clearly the guys.
Exactly.
All right. How am I going to play with them? Because he saw Drew's minutes. He's like, this motherfucker playing.
Yeah.
He's like, if I could be the other two guard that defends and hits spot shots, I'm playing. And that's exactly what he did.
And to me, that's what Tatum should have.
And he did it well, too.
Yeah.
If Tatum would have did that, he would have played.
Yeah.
But it was like, I think Book's more tactical of a scorer, and I think Tatum's more of a rhythm guy. Tatum needs shots, bro. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to have Booker did that in college with Kentucky. He came off the bench. He's always been a guy who's multi-skilled like that, where he can be a guy who gets heavy volume shots. But even when he gets heavy volume, he's not a pit-pat rhythm. Like, he's very tactical, bro. He's a very tactical scorer. I think it's more natural for him to fall in a position to pull back and be more efficient versus like a guy like Tatum. And it's the same with Ant, but Ant's the one they let go. Tatum wouldn't compete with Book. It was either him or Ant to be the guy to come off the bench and score. And they went with Ant. You know what I mean? Because they know Tatum's a rhythm scorer.
And he got to dribble so much. Like,
he got to dribble, he got to have his bag.
Right.
That's Tatum. So they made a decision. You can't have both of them out there. That's why they asked Kawhi to go home. They had too much. They needed to cut down on this team. They were like, yo, listen, it's either Tatum or Ant. And Ant's just different, bro.
He defends so much well.
And Ant's a better defender. Ant will make all these crazy plays, bro. So, like, you just got to roll with him. And I think chemistry-wise, KD and LeBron, they love that dude, bro. Like, that was like the little bro. You know what I mean? Like, he was already such a big personality on that team. It just happened to go that way. You know what I mean? I don't know. It is strange, though, to see a guy like Tatum. He's the only guy in the team, first team All-NBA. But and didn't play minutes.
No, that's a fact. But I just feel like, just like I just feel like Tatum, if I was a vet on the Celtics right now, I would encourage Tatum to do less to score, like as far as dribbling the ball and stuff like that. because when you play on a team like the USA basketball team, like you ain't gonna be able to dribble as much.
Yeah.
No matter how it's going. Like even Melo, like to me, Booker kind of remind me of Carmelo a little bit, but Carmelo didn't. It wasn't many ISOs. He was just catching and shooting when he played. And
Yeah.
And he was like the Devin Booker of today, as far as just being like a
efficient scorer,
like an MVP, like under the radar type MVP type with LeBron and D Wade and Kobe on the team. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like that's who Booker was with LeBron, KD, and Steph. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So that's what I would encourage Booker to simplify his game a little bit, really focus on defense.
Tatum.
Tatum. Really focus on.
I got one more or two more questions for him though.
Okay.
I got AI or Kyrie.
Damn, that's tough. I'm gonna go AI. I'm gonna go AI. I think Kyrie has a more attractive game from the eyes. You know, if you're watching the game, not that AI did it, but Kyrie's ball handling is second to none. His movement, his finishing ability with his left or right. But Allen Iverson was the MVP of the NBA. That's a big time award, bro. That'd be like Kyrie winning MVP.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he was a great player. Kyrie should have been a top 75 guy. He got gypped to that due to political stuff. We all know that. But how many times in Kyrie's career has he been 1, 2, or 3 in voting for MVP? Never. Right? Winning MVP in an era of Shaq and all that stuff, Kobe and all those guys, you got to be a bad dog at 6 foot, man.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You know what I mean? And he took his team to the finals by himself as the best player. It's another thing. You know what I mean? Where Kyrie's always had to be, you know, to LeBron, to Luka, the second or third best player on the team, second. Always. AI was one and he didn't even have a second. It was like him and Aaron McKee and Geiger and, you know, Keith Van Horn, Eric Snow.
Yeah.
Again, all good, respectful NBA players, but he didn't have another star with him. You know, he had Mutombo at the end of his career. Like, he had a whole different team. You know, for Iverson to make that jump, I got to give credit to AI on that one. Yeah.
Last question. We always ask this. Jordan or LeBron?
Nah, we ain't got to go there.
I want to ask it, bro. We ain't got to put this on the pod, but I want to. I got to ask it, bro.
Oh, man. This answer is impossible. Because it's all on how you this answer will never be like, you can't. There's no answer to this question because this question is impossible. I meant to say. It's all dependent on how you look at it. If we're going off resume, LeBron James' resume is second to none. He's done too much. He's played for too long. He's still one of the best players at 40. His gold medal counts. His game won. His all leading in scoring and points. His assist numbers are higher. His steals are higher. If you're going from the aspect of numbers and accolades, LeBron's won. If you're looking on greatness within his time period, in that window, Michael's the GOAT. Michael's 6 for 6. Michael was a force that was so dominant beyond his peers. It was like Michael and then the rest. Where like LeBron, it's always been a LeBron, and Steph has won championships over him, and you know he went against a period of time where Kobe and him, who was the best player. You know what I mean? Like there's always been little guys in his hierarchy. There was no hierarchy with Michael. It was Michael and then everyone else when he became the man. And you know, I think in terms of game styles, there's two different game styles back then. Michael's finals games, man, go look at those games, bro. The final score was 75-78. We scoring that at halftime now. Like the game has just completely changed. It's so hard to compare. Like I don't think there's 2 GOATs. I think there's like 4. Kareem's resume is the most sick thing I've ever. He's won like 5 MVPs and he won national championship like 3 years out of his college. He won high school and he's got NBA and he's second in points and like there's so many GOATs.
Who was the fourth person you was thinking about?
I don't know. If you go farther back, it'd be Bill Russell.
Oh, somebody else.
You know what I mean? But like, it's hard to compare eras. You know what I mean? But yeah. Michael and Bron are the 2 guys, and I think it's just dependent on what you value, bro.
I think for LeBron, just for it to be that conversation,
he's already to go.
It makes you to go. Like, bro. Well, I'm not gonna say to me. Listen, Mike is gonna always be my GOAT, but just the fact that you know it's a question that everybody that people ask all the time. Like it means so much. It gotta mean so much to you if you LeBron. You know what I'm talking about?
If your expectation coming out of high school is to be the next Michael Jordan, and then to go be the next Michael Jordan, in a social media era with all the pressure. I mean, it's insane, bro. You know what I mean? You can't really pick holes through.
That's true.
LeBron's legacy is unquestioned, man. You know what I mean? So I've never seen someone live up to the hype and more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sure. We always hype up somebody and they end up being good. It's very rare we see a guy hype up that level, and then they do that and more.
Yeah. True,
you know what I mean? Like LeBron did that. You know what I mean? So he's definitely the guy. It's him and Mike. You know, those are two GOATs.
Yeah.
I will say this, and this, I wasn't in that room. I'm not top 75. But according to the people who are in that room, all these greats are in this room with a red coat. Right? Michael shows up an hour late.
Did he? I ain't know
he's
that.
An hour late.
Right.
He came from like a NASCAR event or some shit. You know what I mean? That's some typical Michael shit.
Right.
When Michael walked in, the room changed.
Yeah.
And this is according to Melo and Dwayne Wade. He's like, bro, we all in there, Bron in there talking to Magic, we're in there just, Wade's like, I'm trying to chip in, but I'm really just listening, like trying to hold my own. He goes, bro, Michael walked in and the room got, it just,
different, right?
Bro, even like Bron, you know, it just changed, bro. And it's not even like, you talk about aura and swag, dog, like that man, I've never felt that. You know what I'm saying? Michael's different, dog. He's not even real. You know what I'm talking about. And Bron, I think it's,
you know what I mean?
but that's also because Bron is so accessible, dog. Bron's on like TikTok and on Twitter. Like I see Bron every day. I'm forced to see something about him and his wife and his kids. And like Michael's like way out the way. It was like Kobe, like for instance, right? If we were at a restaurant or if we're at a lounge and LeBron walked in, everybody like, yo, that's LeBron. But you see him if you live in LA or if you're out, bro, he's everywhere.
Right.
If Kobe walked in, people are like, yo, that's fucking Kobe Bryant, bro.
Right.
Because you never saw that man out. That dude, you wouldn't see Kobe out in the club or in the lounge or out. LeBron everywhere.
Yeah, definitely the mystique.
Being accessible versus not accessible. Like Michael, you only see him if he's on like a yacht or if he's sitting under watching his team play. Like he's almost not real.
That's a part of it too. That's a part of it. Yeah,
I think that's part of LeBron's brilliance. On the other side, right? You know, he's more human. He's on his every Tuesday yelling Taco Tuesday to his phone, and like he does silly things and challenges and makes goofy faces. Do you have any faces of Michael making goofy faces to be silly and goofy? No, you don't do that. Him and Kobe were like so cold in that regard. You know what I mean? So it's like when you saw him, you're a little more nervous. I'm way more nervous talking God rest his soul. If I had a conversation with Kobe versus LeBron, when I was talking to Kobe, I was way more nervous. Bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
I know why too, because you know what it is. Because Kobe's not as inviting if
bro.
you don't know him.
So, like, you feel weird or, like, I'm already crossing the line by introducing myself. You know, like, I don't even know if he wants to talk to me.
Ticket is the same way. So
yeah,
you don't know
makes
him,
you nervous a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, can I approach this dude? How's he going to be? Yeah. And this is coming as an NBA player. Yeah. That's how sick these dudes are. You know what I mean? Like, there's only a couple of them like that. There's only, like, 4 or 5 that can make another NBA player, like, you know what I mean? It's like Bron, Kobe, rest his soul, Jordan. I don't even know if there's anybody else for me. That might be the only 3 for me that I get around and I'm like, yo, that's that dude, bro. Yeah. That's the only 3 for me. Yeah.
When I played though, I wasn't like.
No, you gotta go at him.
Yeah,
you gotta go. Bro, remember I smacked the ball off his head.
Who that? Oh, who?
In the bubble. Remember?
Ooh. Brian?
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah.
We was getting killed, bro. I was like you said.
And then you turned around and was like,
I was like, oh my bad. I didn't mean to do that. I was mad we losing, bro. We was a minute left from getting eliminated in the playoffs. Right. I'd never been so angry and happy at the same time because we was stuck in that damn bubble. I couldn't wait to go home, but I did not want to lose to them. And they was talking crazy to us, bro. Because the first game we was talking. Russ was running his mouth. Remember we got into a Rondo's brother.
Nah.
Oh yeah, that's the whole thing. The bubble was fucking insane, man. Imagine a big summer camp with all the NBA players, all right? All the playoff teams. You're stuck there. We got nothing to do except hang out with each other. No girls.
Oh, yeah,
we're talking NBA players now, right?
Yeah.
Bro, dudes send a text out like, yo, pool at 12, pool vibes. People like, yo, ain't no vibes, bro. I go in the pool and there's like 10 7-footers, man. I'm like, I don't want to get in that water, bro. But that's all we had. We ended up having fun. You go fishing, niggas wrestling in the water. Then we do arm wrestling. What do you do? We play cards. Just finding stuff to do, bro.
But some people got in trouble for bringing girls though, right?
Only well, that was our team. Not our team. It was a member of our team.
Yeah. I don't remember who it was, but I just remember.
I'm not gonna say his name.
Yeah,
but
it's okay.
It was on our team, and bro. That was a whole issue, man. But you understand how crazy that was? We're playing the Lakers. The series is tied 1-1. we have shoot around. So we're walking to the shuttle to take us over to the. They tell everybody to get off the shuttle. This is like security.
He wasn't there.
No, I was on the whole bus.
No, I'm
was
talking
on.
about the guy who had the girl wasn't there.
No, he went on the bus.
Huh.
So we waiting for him. They're like, everybody off the bus. We're like, all right, what's going on? Everybody going to this room 101. So we're like, all right. We all go in this room. We all sitting there huddling around. Everybody like, what's going on? What's it? Eventually, we start figuring shit out. We like, somebody, what happened? Everybody starts, I heard so-and-so brought in a girl. Which is, I'm talking about, this is COVID. This is prime COVID, bro. Like, we had to test 3 times a day. All these different types of stuff we had to do, man. They were not playing, because if someone got it in the bubble was done.
Right.
This is the only way.
That's why it's so dangerous.
There's billions on the line, bro.
Yeah,
TV deals, like, we got to play basketball. They cannot risk somebody getting COVID. So this dude brings a girl in. We have to like sit there and get interviewed by like people, and they like asking us questions and where were you at this time? And I'm like, this is insane. We missed our shoot around. We canceled our shoot around. It was a whole mess, bro. It was a whole mess. And it was one of the testers.
What you mean?
They had a room for like 60 testers that players would have to funnel in all throughout. We had different slot times. So like the Lakers, the Mavericks, and the Bucks were at 2 p.m.
Oh, you talking about one of the girls that was testing y'all?
Yeah, so we go in there, and one of the girls testing us.
Bro.
We're interacting with these. We're talking about the horniest man you could ever think of, bro.
One of them that
You got
was
50 NBA players who, you know how NBA players move, bro. You got 50 of these dudes locked in a Disney resort with no women for 80 days. There was no... Even a tester, these guys was like, yo, what's up, man? Like, they're talking to the testers, bro. This guy can persuade one of them to come back, but they got her sneaking in the hotel and her having a hoodie on, trying to walk like a bro. It was all type of stuff, dog.
Too much stress, bro. Too much stress. They had to know that, bro.
Bro, the funny thing is, this dude stayed below me, right?
Up.
So, music's going on at like 2 a.m. And he always has music blasted, so I don't think anything of it. Half the time he's playing some hits, bro. So I'm in there, even though I can hear it, I'm in my bed like, I'm singing this dude's music, even though it's not mine. I'm jamming to his vibe. That night, it was rolling in there. I'm like, he's having a party. He down there he's actually with something. I was like, yo, that's crazy. No way for me. But we made the best of it, though. That's the closest we got to each other. We'd go on the boat every day and fish and play music and play cards, and all we had was just dudes. We was just talking. But yeah.
Yo, you know what I wanted to ask you? I thought you was gonna ask him about the best combo guards.
Is Mount Rushmore a combo guards?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your Mount Rushmore combo guards?
Two-way guards or like combo?
Just
Combo. Like Dwayne Wade would be a combo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dwayne Wade, Michael's a shooting guard, right?
Yeah.
Put like this, it was like because I wanted to ask you questions like this, like Lou Will or Jamal Crawford, like.
So that's part of your like this or like that.
Yeah.
I got you.
I liked how easy Lou Will's scoring was. I think Jamal's was more impressive in the fact that like Jamal's scoring was loud. Jamal had 16 and it felt like he had 32.
Yeah.
Lou Will would score 12 points in 2 minutes, bro. And I'm talking about he didn't even look like he broke a sweat. He'd just be out there I've never seen someone score so easily. Yeah. It almost used to piss me off. Yeah. Bro, I'd be like playing with this dude, and I'd look up, he has 14. I'm like, how the fuck did you get 14 points already? He gets to the foul line, get a couple 2 middies, a couple back door. Like, he just plays for like 6 minutes and fills the scores. Yeah. I always had a lot of respect for Lou Will's ability to just score so easily, bro. So I don't know if that answers it, but I liked how easy it was for Lou.
So you rather Lou?
I'd rather be able to score like Lou than Jamal. Jamal's is very loud and dope. Jamal's unbelievable. When we talk about a 3-time six man of the year award, he's a legend. And Jamal's my best vet I've ever had. So it's hard for me to even go against the older bro.
But I don't understand what you're saying.
Lou, as a scorer, as a basketball player, Lou just scored the ball without even dribbling 4 or 5 times, bro.
Exactly.
I'm talking about a jab fake, 1 step left, bucket, 2.
Right.
Like, he just did it easy. I'm talking about right from the get-go.
Yep.
So that was impressive for me.
Like, and you didn't even know his game. Like,
he's going left.
Is either that, right to left crossover. Yeah, that's it. You know,
bro, he goes left, floats, but like he getting to it, bro. He's gonna get to his spots.
Yeah.
That's one of those guys that had spots all over the floor.
Yeah.
and he'd just get there and like ain't nothing you could do about it. If you took away this one, he had another one. You know what I mean? He'll get to it. He's gonna rise in that little mid range. Guys who have mid range are the hardest to guard because we train as defenders to take away the three or try to meet him at the basket. For someone to be able to stop in the in between and pull up on a dime, that's a center of gravity just stopping at a hole. It's very hard to guard guys like that. And then you add to it that they could tall and raise up, forget about it. Mid range is what makes every best scorer has mid range.
Yeah, not for sure.
Yeah.
Dame or Steph?
Steph. It's not even,
Easy.
it's not even a question.
Yeah.
Nobody asking that.
Yeah. I just.
Ain't nobody. Dame is a cold brother, but they not even in the same breath.
Right.
But I remember for years people thought they were, but it's like.
Delusional people thought they were.
Yeah, I know, bro. I know.
Steph's like 5. I'm not, again, Dame's a top 75 player of all time. Steph's like a top 5, top 10, bro.
Yeah,
Steph's one of the greatest players ever played.
Yeah, he's
Right.
bad.
You know what I mean?
He's
Like,
bad.
they're not even in the same. We just saw the Olympics for a reason, bro. That dude shot
Right.
over 2 people who had KD and Bron open. There's only a handful of guys willing to even take that shot
Right.
and are okay. And his teammates are okay with him launching that sucker.
Right.
He launched that. Nobody's like, "What are you doing?" Everyone's like, "Yeah." Everyone's like, you know, Steph's that guy, bro.
Yeah, he is.
He just don't know it. It's crazy being around his family, bro.
I think he know it. He just.
He does know it.
He
but
know
like,
it. He's just humble about
bro,
it.
he's so normal though,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the way bro, imagine if he was heavy in a fashion, and it was like out in the scene and dating. But you know what I mean? But you know how much emotion this dude has, Steph Curry, bro. And like approached, but that's a part of his greatness is him being just so simple.
Yeah, so simple.
Right.
Yeah.
Golf's family. That's it.
Yeah.
You see the shit he be wearing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He don't care about that stuff.
Yeah.
What you got to respect.
Yeah,
For
not
real.
for sure.
You got to respect
Yeah.
it. So, but nah, Dame's a cold dude. I mean, that's who I got drafted with. That was my class. Damian Lillard's in my class. I forgot he's in my class too. But I, you know, so he a bad brother, bro. That's one of the hardest guys I've ever had to guard. But Steph, he's in a whole different. That's the best point guard I've ever played against in my life. He's the best point guard I think ever. I didn't grow up with Magic.
huh?
I didn't grow up with Magic, so I'm not even qualified to even say that guy's name. I put him in there out of respect, just like I put Kareem and Bill in earlier when we talked. But if Steph played in that era, it'd be messy. They'd never even seen something like that.
Do you think JJ will be coaching the Lakers, bro?
I knew he'd be coaching. I didn't know if he was going to get that job, and I didn't know if he'd want that job, because that's a hot seat. The Lakers is not a job you take for security. You don't take a coaching job for the Los Angeles Lakers to have security for your family.
Right.
That's a flash in the pan, brother. Frank Vogel won a championship. He was fired 2 years later. They don't play.
Right.
You know what I'm
He
saying?
won a championship. Yeah, God damn.
It don't matter. Everywhere else you win a championship, you good for like ever.
But I think you know what? They fired him as like a as somebody got to go type fire.
That's
you know what
that's
I'm
the
saying?
point. The Lakers will put you in a situation where someone got to go, and it's usually the coach.
Yeah. But they didn't do the right thing after winning the championship, bro. Like they didn't bring back, JaVale McGee, Dwight.
No.
shooter,
Yeah, you gotta be able to spend, man. You gotta spend a little money to keep winning.
Yeah.
The Warriors did it for a while.
Yeah.
You gotta be able to spend. We're seeing it right now with Denver.
Yeah, right.
Denver's crumbled before our eyes. I'm not saying they're not going to be a good team. They're going to be good next year, but their unwillingness to spend has cost them. You had Jeff Green and Bruce Brown, good vets off the bench, who were a huge part of your bench. You didn't pay them. Okay, well, now it cost you in the playoffs last year when you were playing like Christian Brown and whoever was, not bad players, but they're not Jeff Green and Bruce Brown, like solidified pros who know how to play off the bench and play in the playoffs.
Right.
So they lost.
Fact.
And then now, do we value our starting 2 guard? They let KCP go.
Yeah.
But they've been losing guys like flies. So it's just like their unwillingness to spend. If you want a dynasty, you got to pay for it. They haven't paid for it. You have to go in that luxury tax, which is a big deal for an owner. Because obviously it's a lot of money involved.
Yeah.
They didn't want to do that. They didn't want to pay. So the cost of that is like, I don't know how long. We were talking about the Nuggets being a dynasty when they won. When they won, they're like, they're going to run this shit back for another 3 or 4 years, or at least be in the race. But 4 of their last key role players they've lost, man. They haven't paid any of them. You know what I mean? All they have is the core. AG, Jamal, Michael Porter Jr., and Jokic. That's the 4 guys. But those other guys around them, they just I don't know.
You know what it is to me? Is overvaluing your money guys and undervaluing your role
Yeah,
players.
bro, because you could pay Bruce. They could have paid Bruce Brown.
Yeah,
you
'cause I thought
pay.
he was.
You could pay KCP. These are guys you would have to. Again, you get taxed for it, but you would have a really good team. So now they've lost key guys, and that stuff matters not now, but it matters playoff time, that's when their colors, bro. Teams' true colors show in the playoffs. It shows when you have to play someone 7 times and you know every play and you know every move the guy likes to do. That's when you really know who can hoop, bro. When I've studied everything about you and I'm gonna cut you off, what else you got? You can really bump, or are you just a one game? Are you a regular season players and playoff players, as we've seen with the brightest stars, are 2 different types of guys,
That's
dog.
a fact.
And that's why when you said PG or Tatum, it's not a question. I go Tatum. I'm not saying Tatum's the most consistent of them, but he's done better than PG.
Yeah.
Some guys in the playoffs, that action coming, they just shy away.
Yeah.
There's some guys who just they can't stop them. They're a force. They dictate the motion. You know what I mean? Like there's just different levels to it, bro. Yeah, for sure.
That's good. You know what? Just to add to a little bit to that, just undervaluing role players is that you think they're easily replaceable. You can easily replace those guys. That's what
they're hard. They're easier to replace. Yeah.
No, I'm saying that's what they thinking is.
Well, there's truth to it. There has to be some middle ground, because a star can turn up. For instance, right? This is the value of a star. A star can turn around a franchise. A role player not.
Right.
You get a star, and you know the city's economy can go better. You know what I mean? You talk about ticket sales. We talk about a whole different.
Yep.
So those are the guys they value, and that's why they get paid a sick amount of money. You got guys making $65, $55 million a year now. Those are your horses. But that doesn't mean you can't value the middleman, and that in the NBA is lost. You now have teams compiled of 2 types of players. I hate the way the NBA is going in terms of contractual. I don't like the way that's going. The middle class is gone. It's kind of similar to our actual economy and what we have now. You either don't have bread, and I don't want to say don't have bread because guys are still making millions. So understand what I'm saying, people who watch this. I understand we're all privileged. But you got guys making $2-3 million, or you got guys making $55 million. The days where you got 3 or 4 guys making 14 and 15, eating up in the middle, like that's where we made it. That's where I made a living. That shit is gone, bro. There's no, they ain't handing out mid levels. Like one of those a team get. It's now how much he get? $3 million. How much he make? 60.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Look at the Suns. Look at their team, bro. You got like 3-4 guys that get paid. The rest of the team is minimum. They love a minimum in the NBA now. Everybody a minimum. That's what we fighting for. Eric Gordon signed for minimum. Gary Trent Jr., dude is like 25 years old, bro. Just came off a 60 ball with signed with Portland, ended up in Toronto, I think, signed like a $60 million deal. You just signed minimum.
Damn.
You got guys signed minimum. Bro, Tyus Jones signed minimum for Phoenix. That's a good point guard. He's one of the best backup point guards in the NBA.
Damn.
That's how sick the NBA is. It's either you make 60 or 50 or you make 3.
Damn.
So that's pushed
tough.
out all the older guys because of that. You know what I mean? If we had a lot of middle class guys, we'd have middle young players signing mid levels. That's why they call it vet minimum. Now it's just league minimum. It's supposed to be for vets.
Right.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But back to the normal question though. Did you think JJ would be a coach?
Yes, yeah. Okay. He always approached himself as one. I think everything he's done strategically has been placed in front of him to be a coach and to make money. I think he did that podcast with LeBron James to be seen in a certain light. It was brilliant by him. To be on a podcast with him, it legitimized his space and his mind for basketball. If you have a podcast with LeBron, you are now that guy.
That is smooth.
He's the biggest athlete in the planet. You have a pod with him. So now this guy's opinion, when you say something and LeBron's like, yep. Oh, LeBron agrees. This guy is definitely right? Yeah, so he is smart. And he did that. And it's not a coincidence he did that, and then boom. Yeah. He coached in the Lakers or others, getting all types of looks. It was very smart by him.
You know, when I see him, like, I never thought JJ would be a coach, like, from playing with him. But when I look at it now, he reminds me of a slick back young Pat Riley, you know?
Listen, and he loves that.
Yeah, I know that.
Because Pat Riley's obviously, like, a legend, bro. You know what I mean? He's a guy who's brought multiple franchises NBA championships. He's, like, the standard in the NBA.
Yeah.
There's like 4 horsemen. I don't even know if there's 4. There's like 2 or 3 guys who pretty much have set the NBA. Everyone's come under them. Like everyone's their students. They're like, we got like, what do they call them? Like messiahs, teachers, whatever you want to call grandmasters. That's what I'll call them.
Who that? Popovich?
Pop is one. How many coaches came from Pop? 30?
So many. Who else though?
Pat Riley. That's 2.
Yeah.
Because it's not defined by greatness, because like some guys didn't have it. They just had like Phil Jackson is one of the greatest coaches ever, but he had his crew and that was it.
Yeah.
Steve Kerr is one of the new ones. He's on his way. He's not up there yet, but there are so many coaches that are coming under Steve Kerr.
Yeah.
And people don't like to admit it, but my dad is on a smaller level as well. He's not, again, the two guys are Popovich and Riley. They're ahead of everybody else. But then that tier below them is like Kerr, Spo, my father, like Ty Lue, Sam Cassell, Thibodeau.
Yeah.
You guys all know my pops,
facts,
bro.
facts,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, all these guys got coaching jobs from being under my dad. They don't give him that credit, but that's just a fact.
When I look at Doc, to me, he's one of the best at putting a coaching staff around him.
Yes, bro. And he
You know what
hires
I mean?
guys that he does things also for like the culture of basketball. Like, bro, he didn't have to go hire Darvin Ham after he got misfired like that.
That was big time.
But he saw Darvin Ham and that treatment he got there, and it wasn't right, and he knows he's a good coach. He went and grabbed him.
That was big
Like,
time.
that's just like
Yeah.
what you do, right? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
people don't talk about that.
Yeah.
But like that was a big signing for them. He came back home where he had success before. Yeah.
You know what, bro? That's why Doc been doing it for over 30 years.
Yeah, bro.
That move there.
Bro,
was,
that's what I was talking about
that's
the
a
other
big
day.
time move. Yeah.
He is that side of basketball. I've never seen someone do it better than him.
That's a fact.
The building bridges or burning bridges, bro. Like, he has infinity bridges, bro. I don't know who this man doesn't know. I can go anywhere with him and he know. It's just like I've never seen something like it. He's like such a. I don't like. You say the word politician, it comes off like snake. So I don't like using the word politician, but something along those lines.
Yeah.
You can move in any room of wolves. You know what I mean? That's a talent. So that's one thing I continually try to learn
That's a
from him.
fact.
Because I'll do something,
Yeah.
he'll be like, "Don't do that," and
Yeah.
he'll start yelling at me and telling me like, "Yo, it's not how you." And I'll be like, "Damn, I didn't even think about that." And then sure enough, years later, that same guy I had beef with, he the president of this team. I'm like, why ain't I playing on that team? Now that bridge is burned. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So yeah, facts. He don't have a lot of those.
Do you think Chris Paul will be playing this long?
Yes. Chris is going to be doing whatever he wants, man. He's like my father in that regard. He's obviously a better player than what my dad was. But in that cloth of, again, I don't want to say politician, but Chris is as good as it comes. When it comes to networking and being able to talk and having control over your environment or having a say-so in it, that's CP. He's done everything well, bro. He's heavily invested in brands. He's made, obviously, hundreds of millions playing basketball. He's a Hall of Famer. He's won. He just hasn't won a championship. He's won in life. He's got kids. He's got probably one of the most successful programs running in AAU. These guys produce pros like every year they got someone that's going to be drafted, right? He's got a machine that he's working there. He's heavily in Nike and Jordan. He's got a good friend and group around him. He's best friends with LeBron James, Melo, and Dwayne Wade. He's got a good group. But everything you could check off. He was head of the NBPA. He's now doing ESPN. You know what I'm saying? When you start peeling back that onion, bro, he's got it just about every box checked.
Yeah.
If he wants to do TV, he's going to make a lot of money doing that. Or if he wants to run a team, somebody going to throw him the keys to that as well. Because he's presented himself that way. CP, he wants to play because he's a hooper. He's going to play another, I don't know how long he's going to play. They just paid him 1 year, 11. He's getting 11 million this year, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, bro. But, you know, like, I feel like he made adjustments at the right time.
Yeah.
Like, you know, as far as, like, nutrition, because at one point that wasn't on his radar. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
But
Yeah, you know him better than me.
Yeah. But I just feel like that group of people that friends he had, to me, I think I maybe told you this, but I just felt like that you know how people say like you are the 5 people you hang around the most, spend the most time. I just feel like him hanging around the LeBrons of the world, Melo, D Wade, it put him in a certain way of thinking. You know, that I can go play 20 years, 20 plus. I can make 300-400 million. Man, no normal 6-foot guard.
No, they don't do
with
that,
that
bro.
skill set,
No, they don't
thinking
do
you're
that.
gonna
They
make
don't do
that.
He's
You feel me?
He's in a league of his own, bro.
Yeah.
Because like Iverson and other guys didn't make that adjustment.
Right.
You know what I mean? And Melo almost did it. He almost fucked that up.
Yeah.
You know, he was in the press conference with OKC, like, "Hey, PG, you hear him? They talking about me coming off the bench." Remember that?
Right.
That was
Yeah.
a time period, and then they got him up out of there.
Yeah.
And then Houston got him up out of there, and he was out the league for like a year or two. And everybody's like, "Free Melo, why won't?" And then Melo was able to make that comeback.
Yeah. Luckily though.
Lucky
Yeah,
though,
yeah.
and that's just due to his talent is way superior than like even a guy like me, bro. Like Melo's just he's Melo. You know what I mean? But you have to be able to age like wine, bro. You got to know where you're at. LeBron's different. Nobody like LeBron and KD are different, and Steph's different. Those are the 3 GOATs of our era. But guys under that cloth, you know, just, you know, right under that tier, that level, the Melo, Chris Paul. You know, you got to understand who you are. Dwayne Wade, you can kind of float out the way you want to. The other 3 go, it's going to be their motion until they stop. It's like Jordan. Jordan was never going to be no role player. As long as Jordan played, even with the Wizards, it was his team. You know what I mean? That's how Bron going to be. Bron will retire and then that's it. KD the same way, Steph the same way.
Yeah, I remember Kobe saying that his last year too. He was
anything,
like,
bro, I can't be anything. This is who I am.
Yeah.
Those guys can play as long as they want, though.
Yeah,
we talk
exactly.
about the four. Those are guys right there, man. We talk about the last 10. We take the last 20 years of basketball. The four players would be LeBron James, Stephen Curry, Kevin Durant, and it would be Kobe Bryant. Those are our four best players, dog. And the four guys most impactful for the NBA. It's not even a question. And then right under that, you have like Melo, Chris Paul, Dwayne Wade, like right under that cloth. But those are the guys.
Yeah.
And LeBron even is in a cloth of his own. He's like the head guy of that pyramid. But for sure. What time is it? I got like 2 minutes.
Yeah. What made you special as a
I got like 2 more minutes. I got like 10 minutes.
What made you special as a player? Cause we talked about what made these guys who they are. What made you?
I think my work ethic, my competitive drive, and if we're talking specifically, like in my game, my first step, I have like half of it now. But when I activate and I stay in shape, set to the highest level, like I'm already getting it back. I've been playing the last 4 or 5 weeks, starting to train, I'm doing conditioning. Like I can see my pop already coming back. Just gearing up just in the summer, just in case I do play this year. That's always been my thing. It's my first step, my burst, my explosion, being able to just pop off. My biggest talent is being a chameleon, bro. I could be a guy on a team where someone's like, yo, we're going to play you for 20 minutes. We need you to go there and be aggressive, help us score. I can put the ball in the basket. I could be a chameleon and be a guy that just goes in defense and hits spot threes. Being able to do both, I think, is what helped me play longer than a lot of other guys.
Advice for the youth?
Advice for the youth? Man, stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. I don't know if I could be more... I want to be vague, but again, we brought it up at moments in this. We talked about Instagram, we talked about social media, we talked about comparing yourself to others. It's way more impactful for them. We grew up with this as adults. I got Instagram when I was 20 years old. These kids are like 12 years old getting access to this. So they're growing up a lot faster than us. So we gotta take more time and be more careful with these kids, man. And we need to bring awareness to these young men and women staying in their lane and understanding their journey is different. They might end up getting to the same place that other person is, but it might take longer. You might have to go through more. Your might be easier than this person, but harder than that, than the next. Everybody's journey. The biggest thing I ever did was stay in my damn lane, bro. I ain't worried about what A, B, and C got. I worry about what I got going on, man. Sure. I got to figure out how the hell I could be better. And understanding yourself and understanding, like we said, knowing your role could save your life, bro. Knowing who you are, if you become good at that skill, you could end up doing great things in your life. Ego will kill you. And that shit, I see it all the time. There was guys plenty talented more than me, and I knew I had an advantage over them because their ego's gonna get in their way. You know what I mean? And that stands for business. That stands for making connections, networking, or having a certain level of humility. And being able to learn from someone and understand I don't know as much as I think I do. That's how the hell that's the only way you grow.
That's a fact.
So I fear sometimes because we have kids now with NIL being such an issue, right? Now I want to say issue, but it's so prevalent now in sports. You have 16-year-olds making hundreds of thousands of dollars. Hell, some of these dudes making $1 million or $2 million. So they think they have success figured out and they're so far away. You just made money, but money does not mean success. I know so many idiots who make money, man. Some people are lucky. Some people have investments or businesses or ideas and a couple things goes right. Some people have better ideas and a couple things went wrong, right?
That's a fact.
So like some of these kids are making millions when they're 16, 17 years old and they think their journey's done. They think they've completed. They can't, and that mindset stunts growth, bro. Like humility is what helps you continue to grow, man. How the hell could you be a finished product at 17 years old? Your prime as a basketball player is not until you're like 25, 26. So like we just have to be more mindful of that. I think it's very tough. The worst position to be in coaching right now is in college because the transfer portal. Yep. If you tell a kid to fuck off, you're like, I'm out, I'm transferring. Back then when I played, if Coach K cussed me out, you had to take that shit like a man, bro, and go cry in your locker room and come back the next day and be better. You had to figure shit out. So there was levels of growth you had to have as a young man. Now when challenges are faced, parents be the worst one. They pull their kid out. Well, how many kids are transferring from school to school to school? Like, god damn, bro. I was the #1 player in the nation. I went to my high school in my backyard. I was just going to get it from my bros who grew up in my neighborhood. I'm going to create the motion. Now everyone has to go to a prep school. Everyone has to transfer to 5 schools. Everyone has to have a Nike deal or a campaign or a TikTok following or Instagram following. All this shit that got nothing to do with basketball or growing as an adult. And I'm with all that stuff. It's a business, it's a brand, but use it. Don't let it use you. And we have these kids like who are having these people, this stuff, use them and liquidate them. And then as soon as that talent's gone or doesn't work out, they just discard them. And it ends up sad for these kids, bro. How many niggas make the NBA and then make it last? Not a lot. So it has to be bigger than that, right? I don't. That's the biggest issue, man. Know who you are. Know your lane. Focus on your process and focus about what's important. Don't worry about all that other shit, man. We got too much of that stuff going on right now. It's hard, man. I see it running my program, bro. I see some of these kids and the way their parents act. I'm like, good God, bro. You have no idea what you're talking about.
Right.
It's hard to tell them those they're kids, and so far in their life, their kids doing good. So they're like, well, it's working. I'm like, that's cool, you know. But it is what it is. Yeah.
Man, I think we end on that, man. That's
all right,
a good one.
man. Appreciate y'all guys having me, man.
Thank you, bro.
Nah, thanks for coming on, man.
Thank you guys, man.
Yeah.
Ended up not raining.
Yeah.
We got through it all.
Yeah, it worked out.
Trains,
Yeah.
trucks. I'm about to find buddy on a motorcycle. I don't know where he's at.
Motorcycle. Yeah.
He driving through Park Ave right now by Ava or something. He's staying late.
Till next
y'all,
time.
man.
Yeah, bro.
Thank y'all.
Appreciate it, bro. That was
No
cool.
doubt, man. That was good.
That was dope, dog.
Appreciate you, man.
Already, brother.
What y'all got going for the rest of the day?
We're going to the gym. We're going to meet Junior right now.
Oh, yeah? Get some shit in the lab?
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. I might hang out this weekend, though.
I'm going out tonight.
Are you going out tonight?
Yeah, I'm going out. I'm gonna go eat the crab cake. No, I'm going to get me that crab cake from my spot.
Eddie B do got nice little crab cakes.
I've been fucking with Eddie B's. I just never got the crab cakes from him. I swear to God. I showed you the video when I had my first party. Stuck it out with us.
Little Bottega tank? Little Bottega tank? Oh, I don't like Bottega.
That's a gym that you teach.
Yep.
And show.
Yep.
Most people don't know that. But yeah, you know Michael Petrie shit. You don't know Michael Petrie.
A little bit. French?
Yeah, you want to hang out somewhere. They go to shit out there.
Yeah, I'm about to go meet up with some homies right now. Park Ave. Chilling, sliding. I'm bringing kids that let them run around. Park Ave. Yeah. It's like a whole street, but they got like mad restaurants and shit. And then the other side is a giant park with green grass and fountains. So I've been bringing up and watching kids across the streets running around. Maybe like a little cigar or two. Motion walking by.
I didn't even know it was something. I just like to go down. We always go there for Pride Patch.
Yeah.
But that's it, though. And then get out of there.
Yeah, you go there like on a Friday night. Saturday night. Young girls, though. Oh yeah.
You took some cool pictures. You got some cool ones.
Oh yeah, she got a whole bunch.
Yeah, I got you.
Some off guardies. Cause the on guard.
Off guard.
Yeah, cause I don't like the pictures so much. Like,
No, off guard's better.
you know what I mean? But yeah, we can take another one. Just one in all the groups. Take some. Huh? I know. You haven't fucking noticed that I'm always gonna say who. Anyway. But if I thought about it, I knew. Hey, yeah, that shit fresh. Both of y'all got them fresh ass lines up, nigga. I need to go to the barber shop, man.
Every Thursday, bro.
Ain't no telling when I'm gonna get mine. I'm gonna go tomorrow though.
Yeah. I got bags put up right here in park.
Hey, Chris, he texted me